No, so Skype and Discord shut down, but the game didn't, and it still kept broadcasting. And it logged me out of Battle.net. So I'm confused, and that's a kitty cat. So yeah, I'm not saying DDoS, but please no DDoS-erino, please. Chatterino, Chatterino, please no DDoS.
Another muted stream.
Yeah, because it's funny, because this huge team fight broke out. And you guys just went silent. Because I got disconnected from Discord, and I'm just like, guys?
We didn't go silent.
Guys?
Pretty hyped up.
Yeah, I know you were. I'm sure you were.
We kept talking.
So then I had to. Yes, Valerius. Yes, thank you. Delay. Yes, got it. Delay. Yes. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Patrick. Thank you, chat. All right. Well, I apologize for that. That was just super weird. Literally.
I wish I could hear this expressive story.
Yes, I wish I could too. All right, but you know what?
This is miming.
Yeah, but you all saw how the game ended, which is good.
Yeah.
And there was commentary. I hope. So that's good. It was me scrambling, but hey, it was better than nothing. I would have preferred you guys get hype at. But
hey, dude, my team played the milk carton and came back to win on Towers of Doom. Like that. That's Hal Sanic right there.
Yeah, it's pretty rad. I was not expecting that. It was a pretty epic comeback too. Those were good games, and you would not believe those were just random pickup games. So there you are. So next is my team, which I might just dub like InVerum's Angels, because I feel like
InVerum's Angels.
Dear God.
Because good times. We ready? All right. We're just gonna hop right into the next game. It's gonna be on Sky Temple. And
a nice Heroes of the Dorm backstory, but like that's kind of related to that. Whenever I would go on stage to cast, and I put my headset on, the director Steve, who's a legend by the way, I would always say, "Good morning, Charlie," and then he'd say, "Good morning, Angels."
Every morning, literally. Every morning.
The source can convert. Like it was like
every morning.
So it was just funny that you said it's InVerum's Angels because.
Yeah, good time. I think that's what we're gonna go with. I need to change up these team names, so let's get that done. Yeah. So up against what is so the TAs? Is that what we're gonna go with, Braun?
Huh? Oh yeah. The teaching assistants.
Yeah. The teaching assistants. Excellent. So I hope we did lots of fun giveaways and chats during that. I hope that was a thing that happened.
Everything broke. Give away the stuff.
Yeah, everything broke. Distract them with things. Stuff and things. Do it.
Free stuff.
Yeah. Oh, all right. I'm ready. So my team is gonna wreck face, and I'm excited. You guys did a very good job of being unbiased. I'm gonna try and be that unbiased. No guarantees.
I'm always pretty unbiased when I cast. I don't know.
I think it's what? Team?
I was. It may not surprise anyone to learn I was hoping my team.
Is my team trolling me?
Yeah, I mean it makes you feel more affirmed that you made the right decision.
Yeah. Is my team trolling me though?
Are they?
Are they?
I mean, throwaway ban.
Yeah.
All right, I'm actually just gonna jump out because I'm not in the lobby, so I'll be super delayed. Seeing
so. Wait, you didn't get in the lobby?
Yeah.
Oh no.
No.
What the, can you still join? You might still be able to join.
An ongoing draft? I don't
know. All right. Well, yeah. So. Okay. Never mind. Well, yeah. Just watched. Yeah.
I don't want to break it.
Yeah, dude. It's all good. Okay.
Good luck, guys.
Thank you. How did I not notice that Halorin was not in the draft? In the lobby. I feel like we have admins for this or anything. I'm kidding. I'm just a little frazzled, understandably.
Yeah. The whole system went down. All right, you got yourself
and that was the worst part. Was it
half the system?
Half the system.
So you got yourself Zeratul and Boostio.
Ooh. Okay. So we've got a couple good Zeratul players. Now we're gonna go double support with the Lucio. That's the question, because we could see like Lucio Ariel here, which could be interesting. Because I know Jri he plays a really sick Malfurion, and that was obviously denied. So I guess Lucio being the next best option for him there. I don't mind that at all.
They're taking their sweet time.
Yeah, they're working for it. And wow, they're really taking their time here.
Every possible second. I mean, I'm not surprised they early picked Malfurion for Wolf. I'm just,
Just saying.
taking the full duration is within your rights. All right, Teal Greymane.
I'm surprised we haven't
Actually
seen more Greymane yet.
Yeah. I mean, it was only 2 games, and clearly Yuuj had a plan. So, I assume that there was purpose to why the strats were like that.
Yeah, I would assume so as well. I mean, Greymane's such a versatile hero right now. I feel like, yeah, I feel like he's just too good to not like, especially with the way Europe's prioritizing him. Like, there's no reason not to. Yeah. Just take him here. He's kind of good. He's kind of good.
Kind of good. He does tend to do the things.
They banned Cho and Gall.
Yeah.
They're literally trolling.
Yeah.
But the question is, are they trolling me, or do they literally think they're just that much better than their opponents that they don't care?
Probably the second one.
Who's drafting?
No, this still looks fine.
No, this is still fine. This is fine. Dog meme.
Yeah, this is fine. This is still fine. Next 2 picks, though, I don't actually know what you pick. You're into a clone Zeratul and then some other form of damage, so you don't really know what they're going to do that much, so, like, you don't really commit onto, like, a Lily or anything. Probably traded on the Greymane.
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
I
I
just don't
actually didn't
know-
even look who was playing on my team this time around, so I actually have no idea. I don't know who's actually in.
Oh. Yeah, I actually don't remember exactly who you had either.
That's okay. It'll be someone on something. It'll be fine. We're gonna have some variation of good players because there's only good players on the team. You see, here's the thing. I mean, you've got such a strong base. You can literally take this anywhere, like a decent ranged assassin and another warrior, and you're good to go. So yeah, that's a pretty solid roster. The Jaina, interesting pickup, definitely more of a style choice. We've seen more KT, but traditionally in recent days. But I still love Jaina. I think she's gonna get work done here, especially into this roster. The slows are gonna get a lot of value.
Yeah. Question is what is your last pick? How does your last pick tie your composition together? Because right now, it's just a manaless healer, a tank, an Abathur, and oh god, it's Cassia.
What are you doing? Team, what is this draft?
Deckard Kane meme 420.
Stay a while and listen.
Like Cassia, please.
Okay. Is it just me, or does she look like that blonde chick from The Walking Dead?
No, it's not just you.
Okay.
Chat, please confirm if it's just him.
Yeah. So, that's interesting. Okay. All right. So, Halorin is here in Frozen, and he just full dipped. Okay, that's fine. We just get a nice pondering Halorin image on now, which is great. look at him deep in contemplation. Ooh, excellent. So yeah, the map is Sky Temple. So this is gonna be interesting to see how these rotations play out. Obviously, Lucio is gonna make that a little bit easier, and the Abathur as well. Like, it's heck on that ab. So we'll see. I mean, obviously though, your team's draft is just really solid. It's just really good. It's just a really good draft.
Oh no, they put Drayden on the Tyrael. Okay.
Interesting.
I don't mind that.
Yeah, I
Judgment.
don't mind that either.
Judgment.
I'm not saying
Tyrael.
judgment, but judgment. All right, let's introduce these.
I've always loved Judgment.
Yeah, dude, it can work in select situations. I'm gonna introduce my team on the left-hand side is InVerum's Angels. We've got Cure on that Zeratul. We got Hecarim J on the Abathur. We got Jri on the Lucio. Frosty on the Cassia. Damn it. And Ishpu on the Muradin. God. damn it.
And over on the right side, we got my team, the teaching assistants. All that far on the Grand Main, Drayden on Material, Wolf gonna be on his Malfurion, Karakov on Zarya, and Dank Memes gonna be playing the Jaina. And as we can see in the chat, confirmed, InVerum equals troll.
This is what I do, guys. This is what I deserve. And level 1, Cheese coming up from the Zarya, as to be expected. That being said, Drayden has found some friends, and Cure is having some fun with them.
Yeah, easy damage. I like the stall to cut it off, or to cut off the rotation, but I would have actually positioned higher up in the bush so that you could have given shield to those pushing, and that would have given you a little bit more value on the initial Zarya push. But 3-man up here for the Zarya play. Cure feeling as if the best use of his time is to be up here and try and harass Wolf primarily.
Yeah, and Jarish keep them alive. Manaless healer Joy down in the bot lane. Drayden is losing to an Abahat. And Ishbu's just having fun with Dank Beams in the mid lane. Pretty squishy. Cure, again, just harassment here. I like the scouting drone pickup from Wolf. It's going to give him a great vision. Just keep that vantage up, not allowing Cure to play, which I think is what they really need here. And if they continue to get this tri-lane push going, Karakov is just going to, like, makes this next push, this next Shrines rather, so much easier.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're already up one structure, which in terms of top means that you will get the... If they can bring down the gate before they start channeling, or within, a reasonable amount of time of the channel, then they should be able to completely clear top. And looks like they're thinking about it. Doesn't look like they feel comfortable committing. They still don't know where Kier is. And now he's shown himself.
Yeah, I like this. I like Hecarim is just body soaking now, which means he can give the hat to other lanes, which is really crucial for drawing out these fights. So I think this is fine. They're just content to trade. They can get a little bit of additional value here with Heck in the bot lane. Cure is going to go in onto Dank Beams in the mid with that Abba hat. Dank Beams is getting absolutely shredded. Cure backside. I think he probably could have kept going on that a little bit longer, but I like the pressure that they're putting in here. Overall, though, great shrine control from the top lane from the TAs. They're doing really solid, just knocking down this fort. That early push is getting so much value.
Yeah, they, in terms of shots, they'll get the fort. I don't think they'll get the second tower as well. No, they didn't do enough initial damage.
Yeah, it's a pretty good job for them from there. Cure's going in onto Alt F4. Alt F4's trying to turn. Oh, Frosty missing that initial spear goes in, but Hishbu has joined the fight. Nicely done, Karakov, as well as in a lot of danger here. The shield's going in. Cure is actually going down as well as trading 1-for-1. Wolf getting very low, and that is actually a 3-for-1 are going to be when Wolf falls. Hishbu with the dwarfiest little hop ever.
Yeah, took a little bit of time. So, gave up 2 takedowns, an advantage, but took out the fort. So Sky Temple, I call that advantage towards TAs, just because they're going to have a little bit less structure to get through. But at this rate, if Cure can just keep making life difficult and pick off Alt F4 repeatedly, they're going to start running into trouble very soon.
Yeah, and Cassie is going to start ramping more and more here. She did go in the Charge Strikes and in the Ring of Leash, so she's just going to go for way more sustainability here. Going to be dishing out that damage. I mean, we'll see how this build ends up here. I've seen more of the Fend route, but we'll see if that's the option that Frosty opts to go with here. Both teams picking up their siege camps. Going to start working on their bruisers here. Have that pushing while the second temple spawns, but pretty much dead even game so far. It's a slight advantage to the TAs in terms of structures.
Yeah, it's not a huge advantage because of how much kill potential there is with Zeratul Abahat and then double Zeratul as we get deeper into the game. I don't know how good of a clone Cassia is, but that could easily be an option for them.
Yeah, proccing off each other's blinds could actually just put a lot of value here. And there's actually the Mule coming down. So we've been seeing a lot more Abathur, we've been seeing a lot more Mule, and we're going to see the value that it opts for here, which is why I like the fact that the TA is committed to killing that top fort. Because otherwise, Hecarim would just be healing that back up in the mid lane. Uh-oh, Cure has found himself in a bit of a rough spot, but able to get himself out. Nicely done there from Cure, showing off that mechanical prowess.
So a little late on the rotation to take this Bruiser camp. Timing on this is going to be a little bit off. Maybe, I think, actually, the fact that they stopped to attack Cure might cost them a bit, because now they have to give up these shots on the bottom. They know they can't commit to it until after they finish this off up here. Hecarim J is going to be able to continue to soak once Dank Means leaves, and is already making it very difficult for him to clear this. So this is going to be about half done by the time they actually start rotating. Maybe even all the way done by the time they actually get here, as Dank Means in a little bit of trouble. Cure's on the hunt.
Yes, indeed. And oh, Dank Meme's Cure is just having some fun there. Taking actually a bit of damage himself, though, in the process. He's going to be clearing this out as the rest of the team's rotating down. Nice job from Ishbu to stall this, but Karakov's going in onto the shrine, and they're going to force them out, pick up these last few shots.
So yeah, that minor amount of time spent hunting down Cure in the mid lane cost them a lot in terms of timing, and now this mule is actually going to get a little bit of value. They're going to need to get some regular push going if they want to get anything off of the off-lane positioning coming out from InVerum's Angels.
Yeah, I mean, now they're fully committing down there. Frosty as well, the hat onto the fort. They want to protect this. They want to try and keep this alive. The well goes down. The rest of the team's not really here. They're going to secure this. Nice job there for the push, getting this before level 10 is here, and now they're pretty much dead even in terms of experience. I like the decision from the TAs there. That was a healthy trade that they made. Cure can do okay in the top lane, but he can't, you know, even with an Abba hat, he's not 4 players.
Yeah. So there's 50. It's a 50-50 value on Sky Temple. Yes, it's great to have all of these shrines, but if they mess up a major team fight, then there's a lot of experience still on the map for InVerum's Angels to pick up and get themselves ahead very, very far. So at this point, yes, the TAs are ahead, but they need to be able to maintain that. And one big messed up team fight, and it's just gonna end up becoming a huge experience advantage.
Yeah, and I have to say, Hecker MJ's Abathur play so far has been really impressive. He's been body soaking and hat soaking like an absolute champ, using his mobility around the map. But Karakov might actually be in a little bit of trouble right now. They're going in. Nice damage. The clone. Beautiful expulsion zone. The VP not getting a whole lot of value here, just catching the Malfurion. Karakov getting very low. Cure as well. There's the sound barrier trying to follow up on this. The clone is going in. Actually, that is Cure himself with a big Twilight Dream securing that takedown. The Ring of Frost as well, not connecting as Cure does fall, and the rest of the team's in full retreat.
Ooh, and they're going to be able to continue on Frosty. They still didn't use the Sanctification, so they actually held it a really long time. Drayden was waiting as long as humanly possible to use it, and even with that bouncing lightning ball, they will now be able to rotate onto boss, take both siege camps, and then clear up some of those waves. I really don't know if Ishbu should feel confident about stepping up to this.
I mean, they're very low.
Like, it's pretty scary. No, but the expulsion zone is up in 3 seconds. Like, you can't fight this.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they're going to just try and contest this. Karakov is actually going to fall here.
Wait,
even if they get some takedowns, there's a Sanctification on the point. Frosty's going in. They're trying to survive through this. Ishbu is standing strong. Frosty falls, but Ishbu with the hat! Are you kidding me? Cure is here as well. Zank Beam's getting low. Oh, baby! InVerum's Angels, I'm not biased at all, just went clutch.
Wait, what just happened? Oh my god. So the Sanctification was late. If the Sanctification had gone down at about 2 seconds, it would have lasted the 3 seconds necessary to get the expulsion zone off, and there's no way in the world that Zarya dies. Because of this, we now have a double shrine take coming out from InVerum's Angels. They got the boss. They're going to get 3/4, so that all of that experience that was just getting more and more value the longer it was on the map is just going to explode an advantage for them. And now they are so far ahead.
Yeah, the pendulum is real. Cure is going in now. Frosty is here as well with the Abahat. Karakov going in. Nice shield. The Cure has gone in very deep. There is the isolation on 2. Karakov getting very low. The blind's going in. The expulsion is beautifully done. Trying to block them, but the shield's getting so much value. The lightning ball is going as well. Nice Ring of Frost connecting there on a cast in the back. Like that's actually going to fall. Yes, beautifully done there. But Wolf is dropping as well. Can they keep him alive? No. So nice little trade there getting the Cassia, but Cure's aggression is terrifying.
Not even worth. Feels bad. All of that off that bottom play, because that changed the rotations of when everybody was going to be there. That changed how long Karakov had to stay up there top alone. And I mean, Cassia blinds are starting to get huge value. It's cutting down everybody's ability to just finish off targets.
It was, yeah, that was absolutely nuts. I mean, at this point, if you're the TAs, you just got to rally. There are ways to come back from this, no questions asked. What do they need to do now to sort of squelch down the momentum? Quench? Quelch. What's the word I'm looking for? You know what I mean. How do you shut down the momentum that's being built up now with blue teams?
Quash?
Quash, thank you. That was it. Squelch.
I just think I was like,
yeah, quash.
Q,
that's the one.
Words with Q in them.
Yes.
That sound like and.
Where's Halorin when you need him? Where is the wordsmith? Come on.
Yeah, you were looking for quash.
Yes, I was.
I mean, at this point, it comes down to a major team fight. You have to find and pick off either Cassia or Terra Tool, or just bait them in with a great Sanctification. I mean, you've got Sanctification Ring. Like, you still have all of the right tools to win a major team fight. It's just the timing on that and how quickly them being off balance was enough to bring advantage for InVerum's Angels. Like, that's really your problem.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely an issue here. And almost getting caught in the mid lane was HecarimJ, but now with the 16-13 talent tier advantage, Ishbu is going in. They want to force this engage. Can they make it happen? Traded with the Eldritch Might's going to get himself out of there. A 2-level lead right now. Bruiser's pushing in the top lane. The next temples are about to spawn. So this is a pretty good spot for the blue team to be in right now, and I like this idea to force the fight when they can.
Yeah, so level advantage is starting to become a problem even outside the talent tier. They're hitting so much harder that Draded can't really survive the fights. And yeah, Frosty's Cassia is starting to rack up some serious damage. It's at 29, almost 30,000 already. Like, this pretty early into the game, that's a lot of damage to have already dealt. And the highest damage coming out from TAs is Tyrael, and he's at 12, so having a rough time.
Having a bit of a rough time, but to be fair, these haven't been the long, drawn-out fights that Greymane sort of thrives in with the throwing it out. And Jaina, obviously, they want to just get this burst. They want to secure that. They've got the Curse Bullet. They've got the Ring of Frost. If they can just blow someone up, they need less damage. They just, they need less effective damage. But Cassie is just someone able to just consistently dish this out, and Frosty's doing a great job of that. And now, pushing shots into keep.
Yeah, it's 50-50 whether or not it's time to fight down talent tier or give up all of that keep wall. Because, Cure! Can Karakov get in range?
Doesn't have any energy, though. Is getting very low. There's the heal going in from Jri, trying to get Cure out of there. Nicely done. Alta, 4 and friends are chasing it down, but level 16 still not here as this mid-jump temple is being channeled here by the side of InVerum's Angels, and they're getting these shots in. Level 16 is still a long ways away, and HecarimJ is just putting so much pressure on all these lanes right now. The split push is real.
It might be time to fight, though. Like, you might just have to do it. There's no Void Prison, you know that. So, like, you might still be able to make this happen.
Yeah, they're going in, but there's the big Twilight Dream, the Ring of Frost, the Sanctification, getting so much value. Nicely done, though, with the Sound Barrier. Ishbu is still in deep, but the damage is here. The Nice Cleanse getting Alta 4 out of there, but they're chasing this down. Alta 4's running for dear life, but Ishbu is getting very low. Nicely done. The damage from Frosty is so consistent here as well. The body blocks from the clone. HecarimJ and friends, Draded, is just channeling this in. Oh my god, Hecarim is being such a nuisance. As there's a few shots left in this temple. That just looked convincing. That Sound Barrier was perfectly timed from Jri.
Yeah. That cut off so much damage. Granted, they have Sanctification, so they were cutting down damage, but they did that without, like, Curse Bullet wasn't there, so the Curse Bullet came out halfway and didn't really connect on anything. And Greymane actually didn't even take his level 16 in the middle of that fight, so that hurts so much in terms of damage and mobility.
Yeah, still hasn't actually taken the level 16 talent, so...
Oh, that Executioner, that would have just destroyed somebody. Like, somebody would have just died.
Yep, off the back of the Jaina slows, that is where you get some serious value. That's going to be a problem. So, pushing in now, this mid keep is very low. All 3 gates have been shut down here on the red team. The teaching assistants, they've got to learn from the master. The professor need to be taking notes here and trying to rally back in this one now. Level 20 is around the corner, though, for the blue team, and they want blood.
Yeah. They're very, very close to being able to close out the game. I mean, it all stems back to that boss. If Zarya lives, Expulsion 7 goes down, Sanctification is there, boss is free. Like, that boss just turns so much in favor of InVerum's Angels. And I mean, I didn't think they could have committed to it. I didn't think they would have gotten away with it, but great play between Ishbu and HecarimJ to just commit and figure that they could make that happen.
Yeah, Ring of Frost is going down, though, connecting onto 2. Frosty instantly deleted! Lucio as well. That's the combo they needed. That is exactly what they needed to make happen here. Cure was not there with the VP. The team was split. Beautifully executed, forcing the fight with the teaching assistants. That is it. Hot damn. That was what the comp's supposed to do.
All right, they've staunched the bleeding. If they could get Cure as well, oh man, if they can finish off Cure without spending too much time chasing him down, and someone's gonna have to go back and deal with Ishbu. They're deciding whether or not they actually even want to chase Cure, whether or not it's worth the time. They're gonna instead commit for a boss and then go for the double shrines afterwards. Okay.
Yeah, Expulsion Zone is up, so this is a free boss. Barring something.
Meanwhile, Ishbu in mid though.
Yeah. Oh, take memes! Cure!
Wait,
Cure!
please.
Do it! Oh, the clone's too late, though, but oh, man. In the meantime, keep for free from Ishbu. That's the boss, but they are more than happy to make that trade. The clone was a little bit of an interesting decision. They're now going in. It's Halorin J against the world. Cure.
Yo, we were talking about this being the NBA street of Heroes of the Storm. Like, this is where everyone shows up and, like, has a good time and styles on people. Dear God, Cure. Like, he just styled on people. Like,
I'm not saying
please.
I first picked Cure, but I first picked Cure. And there was a reason for that.
Wait, you guys got to be committed to this bottom one as well. You need to be getting both. I don't... Oh, Drayden got Halorin J!
Oh, that is some teammate love there from these guys. Those two have played together for a long time, and that was what they needed. Actually, that's a big takedown. 55 seconds of the Abathur. The Abathur has been the linchpin.
Somebody top, like they gotta stop this.
That
needed to go
does that
top
take
a
the does that
long
take the
time
keep?
ago.
That takes no. Yes, no, it doesn't.
It does. It does. It does.
Oh, it does. Oh, it very much does. By like 2 shots. I was way off on that math. Oh dear. That's 3 keeps.
Yeah, they needed to send somebody top to just stall him, leave Malfurion bottom, send Zarya top, and then have 2 in mid to just get the push going. And you had the time, the bodies were there, and that 55-second death timer on the Abathur means basically nothing at this point.
I mean, I understand wanting to get 20.
It was nice.
I understand wanting to get 20, but you kill the Abathur, that's the linchpin of the draft. I don't care if you don't need 20. You don't need the Storm Talenter at that point. You can just fight.
Well, you would have gotten 20 if you just taken both, you know? Like, if you'd fought or taken both of the objectives, like, you don't even need to hunt him down. But we will see whether or not they can make it work. Maybe they get lucky on the temple spawns, and it's a single temple, and they can avoid getting backdoored, but it's going to be struggle. And they've already got the backdoor defense, Karakov and Alt F4 waiting in the wings.
Yeah, Ishbu is here. I think they sense something is up. Oh, there goes the Stormbolt onto the ideal target. Ishbu's going in, though, and I like this. Just back out, blow some cooldowns, see what they can make happen.
And if anything is possible, it's just getting harder and harder.
Yeah, this is where
Gotta
things
keep
start.
all the waves clear, and gotta find a fight.
Oh, boy. This is where things are going to get a little dicey. Because at this point, either team can conceivably win if they get a 5-man team wipe. Cure, all by his lonesome in the top lane, and he is getting chased. All right, keep it going.
No need to chase Cure. Gotta clear waves, man. Gotta clear waves. And it's a double shrines. You gotta be ready for the back door. You've gotta be ready to fight at 2 fronts. You gotta worry about the Abathur sneaking up behind you. And, I mean, if you find a pick early, that'd be the way to go.
Yeah, I mean, the whole team is pretty split right now. They're going to look probably for a big VP here, trying to split the roster. Abathur is pushing into the bot lane. They just want to drag this out as long as humanly possible. If you're this side of the teaching assistants, you cannot let that happen. You just need to find them. You need to fight them. You cannot do anything else. This Cure is just having a ball right now, running around, and the split push pressure is real as there are two waves of minions onto the core as well, pushing into this already. Catapults are going to be here. The split push from Zeratul is real along with the Abathur. Someone's got to go back and deal with that, but already the core is taking damage. They're channeling the mid lane, but we've got Ishbu going up to the top. This is a rough situation for the side of the teaching assistants to be in.
Someone has to go match Ishbu immediately.
Is that just GG? That's literally just GG.
Yeah, it's too late. Yeah, and they've got clone. Wow. All off one boss, man. Game flew out of control.
Wow. That just seemed like some solid macro play.
You gave Cure an inch, and he solo killed one of your members in the middle of your team on boss.
It's not even take a mile at that point. It's like he took a fathom. Like he took a long.
Wait. Is a fathom more than a mile?
I don't know.
Fathom is just
depth.
Wait, hold on.
Fathom is depth. I don't know. I feel like fathom seems longer.
Fathom mile.
I don't know.
Fathom is not a mile.
Oh.
Not even close.
Really? How long is a fathom?
A fathom is just a measurement of depth.
Yeah, but I feel like that's okay. You
So 1 mile is actually 880 fathoms.
never mind. You took a lot more than a fathom.
So like a fathom is about 1,000 fathoms is about a mile.
Today I learned geography and measurement with the professor.
He took clearly more than a fathom.
Yeah, they took some stuff. They took some stuff. All right. Well, that was an exciting first game. And oh dear.
I actually don't think that there's a single measurement that is more than a mile. Like
I mean,
mile,
unless you get into like space measurements.
Yeah.
Like how far is
like measurements we normally use? Mile is actually the largest measurement that we normally use. A nautical mile is actually less than a mile.
Weird. Either way, Cure did dirty things. Hecarim J was a god. Ishbu knew when to man up. Oh, hey, bye! Look, it's Halorin.
Hey.
What's up, buddy?
Hello, Gavin.
I like how he sort of dropped back into the way that animation where you just dropped in.
Oh,
It was pretty cool. What?
I was watching the game, and then like after the game ended, it was like my face. I was like, oh wait,
Can I be here?
I'm invited into the game.
Yeah, get into the game, buddy.
Brian's got me covered. See?
I was literally in the process of inviting you.
Mm.
What'd you think of that game, man? Give us your thoughts.
Kira sniping Jane on that boss was pretty spicy. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, it was just like, by the time the TAs really started to get back into it, they were like out of keeps. So it was just like the moment they left home, it was like, all right, well, I guess we'll just go over here and just in the game real quick.
Yeah, let's just go in the game real quick. That was solid.
The Cho'Gall bin was a little spicy.
They were trolling me.
Yeah.
It was top tier spicy.
But my boy
dingleberries.
Dree showed up with the sound barriers. I was impressed with that.
Yeah, those sound barriers were solid. It basically just like Sank went down and the sound barrier went down. It's like, you're invincible. We're basically invincible. Here, have 7 ancestral healings worth of health. Enjoy. So.
Oh wow, yeah. Me coming back was kind of like weird because I jumped in kind of. Yeah, it's weird.
So wait, no support? Who's playing support? They didn't get Dree in. Who's playing support? We have Ishbu,
Cure.
Domo, Cure, Frosty, and Heck.
Curious.
Lol.
Nah.
No.
Heck could probably support.
Heck or Frosty? Not sure. Hats? Domo. They're all saying everyone else. Or me. Not sure. Great. Great. Awesome. I've been working on my sick DPS Uther, says Domo. Same.
I was typing same as you said it.
I can see that, yeah. All right, so if you have some words of advice, some motivation for the teaching assistants, the professor's teaching assistants, TheSource, what would you say to your team?
I mean, the draft was solid. It was really just that one play that cost them. That one step up to boss without setting, like when Zarya died at boss. Like everything else, like I think that was fine. The comp was good. The play was good up until that point. They got in this great team fight out of bottom and just, Abahat Muradin just showed up and it's like nothing's ever been nerfed on any of those characters and they just killed things.
Who needs micro stuns? I mean, yeah. Remember, imagine if Avatar still had the micro stuns. How silly that would have been. I mean, it was already
pretty crazy.
Yeah. It was already pretty.
I don't know, dude. There are some crazy things that have been in the game. Like Illidan used to have AoE wave clear. Just think about that.
Wait a second. True. Resmi said he preferred. Oh, okay, Resmi. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good photo, though. You look really
Dude,
serious.
That was just so. I didn't even realize Skype did that. That was the Windows 10 Skype that did that.
Oh, God, Windows 10 Skype. We don't talk about. Whoops. We don't talk about Windows 10 Skype.
Yeah, it cost us some trouble.
Yeah.
Once upon a time.
A bit.
Stay positive and don't die.
I said that in the chat. Like when Drata killed Hecarim on Avatar, I was cracking up.
Nice.
Like, get wrecked, buddy. Stay positive and don't die.
Oh dear. Yeah. Stay. I love the birth of a meme. I knew the second I heard it. I remember we were all sitting there. I knew the second I heard it. I was like, "That's the birth of a meme. That's the meme right there."
That is the sound of one meme being brought into this world.
Stay positive and don't die. That's it, right there. Those are the words.
Got him.
Got him. All right. So statistically speaking, what is the chance that my team trolls the living hell out of me again? I think it's pretty high.
Pretty high.
Now, how trolly will they go in draft, though? That's the question. How badly do they think they can beat the teaching assistants?
I see a Cassia, Johanna, Lily combo in their future.
The respect. I feel like they might have seen Dree's Malfearing before.
Dree's not in the game, though.
They were over. Lucio, Ariel. Oh, that's right. Now that's respect.
Well, it's that's value because everybody can play Malfurion.
Yeah.
Like if there's any support that anybody can play, it's usually Malfurion. So if you take that off the board, you limit a team that's now swapped out their main support player.
Wait, Picante's not playing. Oh.
I mean, to be fair, when I drafted the roster, I kind of figured Dree would play throughout. I figured we'd like swap off the assassins mostly.
Little did you know.
Now you know.
What all you can do is create the team. Once it goes off, once it leaves home, they make their own decisions, man. They grow up so fast.
I feel like Patrick and SpongeBob with the clam. They grow up so fast.
The gray man first pick.
It was good for Alt F4. It did plenty of damage. It just, when you're behind and there's an Ishbu in your face who's got a Nabahad, you're gonna have a bad time.
Yeah.
Anytime Murden is enabled to step up with impunity, you're gonna have a really rough time getting around him and dealing with it. And there's the first part of that combo. I dare say, if I see Johanna and Lily,
yep, there's Lily. I knew it. Oh God, I knew it.
The moment I was like, okay, they play Cassia. This is what's about to happen.
Yeah.
Maybe Ariel.
Yeah, I think like Ariel. I would like ETC as well.
Oh.
I think Double Warrior, the ETC, just get a big mosh pit because they got no cancels.
Eats would be pretty neat here.
Yeah, and the attack speed buff as well. I quite
enjoy. He doesn't have that anymore.
All right, fudge patch notes.
He doesn't give that anymore.
I know. God, it was so long. I need done.
Wait, please, wait. You have to ban Ariel. They'll freaking take Ariel Johanna.
That's actually terrifying.
They'll do it. Just permanent. Yes, they will. Permanent blind.
Dude, Cassia,
Lily, Johanna, Cassia, DPS Lily, Johanna, Ariel. Doesn't matter what you take at that point. Like, freaking take Artanis and go pull and go suppression. Let's go 5 blind. Like, don't care. Amateur opponent, level 1.
I mean, I get it. Anytime Vala's up again when you're playing against Cure, I understand why you'd want to.
They weren't gonna take it though.
Yeah, I don't. With Cassie already picked up, and Cure's really enjoying Cassie.
Yeah, they're going full blind. Oh, Bron, how did you predict this? How?
Now, another fun fact. Another fun fact for those watching. At one point, at the beginning of Heroes of the Dorm, Source was like, "I'm gonna predict the whole draft."
Yes.
And he got really I think it was only like one or two heroes off a couple times.
Yeah, I got close.
This is pretty damn sharp.
Oh my god, it's gonna be Ariel. Like that's what you pick here, and you go full blind team. You've got amateur opponent. You've got great DPS out of Cassia just on autos. You're gonna send Joe and probably Lily to step forward, and they on their own are going to full blind the enemy team. At least on the first Immortal, and you're gonna 3 damage DPS the second one. I mean, maybe you even send Ariel. Who cares?
Is Cassia is she ever gonna get a not crit?
No.
In this entire game? If she ever auto attacks someone,
theory,
she's not blind. Yeah.
it's possible you like triple stack the blinds and screw it up, and there's like, and you know, or she's on her own, or somebody else has gotten popped. Sure. Cho'Gall. This is an answer back. It's a troll monk. I was wrong.
Oh, they just took the sevens. Yeah.
I thought it would have been 1,000% C.
Monk is an answer to the Cho'Gall.
Yeah.
That's fair.
It's also target dummy monk, so you can just stand there and DPS. So you send it's like monk, Artanis, Cassia, DPS, Lily,
target dummy monk.
Yeah.
Is it bad that
anytime monk can stand on an objective and punch it, target dummy. Like he turns the immortal into a target dummy and just stands there and autos. Like punch monk just gets value.
I think my team won this draft.
Say what? Yeah, I think your team won this draft. No, you just put Cure on Punch Monk. Your team won this draft.
It feels like InVerum's Angels' game to lose.
I mean, granted,
but
Cho'Gall
on BOE is kind of
things on BOE. Yeah, like this is possible. Like,
oh yeah, the Cho'Gall is going to be a problem, no question.
I almost got that perfect blind for life. If that hadn't been Cho'Gall, I think they would have gone Ariel.
Yeah, I think for sure. All right, man.
Well, that's interesting. I still would have gone Ariel though. Well, I'll shut it.
No, dude. No, you're fine. You're fine. Let's.
Have fun, guys.
Thanks, buddy. All right, on the left-hand side in the blue trunks, it is InVerum's Angels. We got Hecarim J on that. Our Tannis, we got Cure on the Punch Monk. We got Domavarian on the Lily. That's not something I thought I'd ever say. We got Ishbu playing that Johanna and Frosty playing that Cassia.
Yeah, and over on the right side, we've got the teaching assistants. Kevin on the Gall, Dank Memes on the Cho, Wolf on the Lucio, Alt F4 on Greymane, and traded on Nubarak, and dear God, blinds for days, man.
I'm just really excited.
Oh look, it's amateur opponent Artanis. Not like you take anything else on
Wolf
on this map, but like,
no, I mean it's a pretty standard level 1 talent regardless. I think.
I just feel super I just feel super good about myself for almost like fully picking that draft
before it even started too, with like no context either. You're like, "Whoa, it'd be cool if they went full blind build," and then they did.
I just accidentally tabbed over on my screen to like move something around and see a tweet from Haas that says when the source gets a 5th pick in the draft wrong, and it's the pensive Halorin face.
Yeah, just that one pick. Oh dear. And to be fair, it would have been Ariel if it was anyone else but the Cho'Gall.
Yeah. Either way, so like the way this plays out in the early stage of the game is nobody really gains huge advantage. Just like Cho'Gall can kind of free push, but at the same time, it's really hard to free push around the Lily. She's put so much blind pressure on whoever isn't the Cho'Gall, and so like you can see, they're taking a lot more damage than one would expect. Like Cho'Gall has actually gotten below half ult F4, had to be a little bit careful. So it's just this kind of stalemate until somebody taps, and I guess kind of advantage for the TAs just because Cho'Gall was able to power through it, and Lucio healing can be kind of busted. But
Hecarim and Cure! Oh my God! Oh no! Cure!
Oh, Cure's stuck! No, Cure leaves!
That fight was insane! Holy crap! They lived on by a hair's breadth. Like they did not.
Prayer, man.
I'm flabbergasted. I'm flabbergasted. That was just crazy.
Amateur opponent begins, and target dummy Punch Monk might eventually show up. Cure's deciding. He's gonna join the team and save Lily, maybe.
Yeah, Domo lives but has no mana. Oh, Cho'Gall's getting so very low. Oh no! And Ishbu is surviving. No, drops by a scrap of HT. Frosty's gonna drop the wall. The whole team. The whole team. Cure.
Frosty with the greedy 2-for-1.
Wolf straight out plays. Straight out plays. Dodges the Q.
He's not even done.
He's not done. He's not done. He's not done, Wolf!
This man cannot be stopped.
Yo, we saw some of the sickest escapes of Heroes of the Dorm from this boy Wolf, and he is hot diggity damn. He is
riding around
at
the speed of sound. Now they do need to commit very, very hard onto this if they want to finish it off first. it's actually going to be a pretty close race. The blind team is on their way over to make things very, very difficult. Knock back on the amateur opponent. They're actually going to win this in the end.
Yeah, they got this. Wolf is still low. He's got no mana to his name. And Domo and friends are going to come in. So after a really nice scrappy engage from the TAs in the end, InVerum Angels pulls it out. But that was no close thing. Or that was...
Yeah.
Yeah.
They managed... The fact that they managed to pull that back is impressive. Just because in a lot of situations...
Halorin, please!
Oh,
please! He swapped himself!
Help! Help!
Help!
Please.
Help!
Help,
oh no, feels bad, man.
He just said team, ascending tone, question mark.
Yes. Team? Alright, well, the teaching assistants through no fault of their own got a great pick onto Artanis. And
through timely standing of behind a wall.
Oh no. 3-2-3. Hello. Hello again. We're back.
Timely standing of behind a wall.
Cure died when he saw Hex swap. Good thing we got him.
Yeah.
We're gonna make you guys wish you'd banned Show and Gall. My face hurts from laughing.
The spicy pickback, man.
Oh, okay. All right. So, this game is shenanigans, man. I love it. Only in awesome stuff. Because all these guys know each other. They're all friends. Like, they all are just having a blast, trolling, having a good time. I'm so glad the guys over at Tespo helped us put on this awesome tournament. Welcome back, Albert. How are you? Hi.
casual eating stream with Lauren.
Social eating.
I just gotta say though that I just realized that we have the clapping emoji, so you can actually punctuate every word with a clap now.
Oh, that's what I need. That's what I need in my life. Yeah, that's
you can clap punctuate statements.
Up your back. All right. Okay. Bye.
Okay, bye. Yeah, no, it's that's the tomfoolery imaginable is going to get quite significant here as Cho'Gall taking a lot of damage here. Frosty though, this is just
you know what Kerosene needs? Health percentage damage.
He gets that though.
Exactly. Goodbye, Cho'Gall.
Yes, and they're not gonna have Molten Block for a while, so Frosty, auto attack more. I know you have no attack range. Just Hecker MJ, die. The boop almost saved his life. The boop almost saved his life.
No. That was calculated. He was like, you're not gonna show up back in here and get reactive parry. Boop.
Good job from Wolf. So nice actually.
He's got shield surge too, so like there's possibility that an ability could have kept him alive if he had actually shown up again.
Hi Domavarian.
Domo.
You found the team, friend. Infinite blinds
Run,
forever.
Domo, run. You are a quick little panda.
Okay, not quick enough. All right, so InVerum Angels are building drama by throwing in the mid game. That's what this is.
I mean, they haven't thrown that far. It's still level 7 to level 7. Next Immortal isn't back up.
It's 6
Kira
kills to 1.
Yeah, that's true. But Kira's just biding his time.
Lulling them into a false sense of security. I appreciate it. Yeah. Up in the top lane, Kira's dead.
Oof.
Or no. Or he's dead.
One more slash.
One more swipe. Yep. Alright, so a little bit of overcommittal, and just deciding they don't care about Immortals is the side of InVerum Angels. They're just happy to go in here, and now, finally showing up here is Ishbu and friends. Gonna be forever blinding their opponents here. As Cassia joins the fight, this is where Frosty starts to get a little bit scary with the swap onto Wolf. He is in a very rough position, and good night, Sweet Prince. He falls, but Domo getting beaten down in the backline. Frosty and friends are going in here in melee attack range, doing the damage. Then Cho'Gall the blinds are getting a lot of value here. Dread is will trying to back out. There's the swap, not going to quite connect there, as Nubarak and friends do try and get out of here, but the shields are going to be enough as Kerosene has rejoined the fight.
Yep, now they've got Mercenary Camp pushing in the bottom. Unless somebody goes and clears that is going to end up being a fort. They're going to get advantage on the Immortal. Depending on the Immortal spawn, they may be able to burn that down, which would mean it would go top. They get 10, and that snowballs the fight pretty badly if everything goes in their favor.
Yeah, so right now the teaching assistants have to step up here. They've got to get a good, solid fight, a good initiation, which rated Alt F4 going in. If they can get the follow-up there, Lucio getting everyone into position, they can do some serious damage. They don't have a ton of burst, but they've got enough to make it, you know, to make it work if they can get everything together. And there they go. There is the engage, the nice burrow charge, the follow-up is there. These blinds are getting so much value. They're just stepping off now. Nicely done. Ishbu has got the backup. Now the Iron Skin getting quite a lot of value, but this is a pretty healthy side of the TAs, and they're nice, easily pushing them back.
Yeah, but they're not that high on health. They still don't have 10, and so this just becomes a stalemate until 10 gets reached or they manage to find a pickoff. So even though this looks good for the TAs in the moment, they really need to pick somebody out of the enemy team composition and beware of Halorin J, who's just going to amateur opponent and finish the job.
Yeah, these blinds just getting so much value as the whole team is slowly starting to go down, and this Immortal as well. Alt F4 getting very low. The team is going onto it. Burrow charge completely whiffing. The boss doesn't hitting no one, but nice shot from Alt F4 to get out. And there the blinds from Elite securing a lot of this damage. Greymane just fall in the backline. Beautifully done. Domo Varian is almost acting like another warrior here, just stepping up into the front line.
I mean, if you can do damage and your opponent can't do damage, 1 + 1 equals your opponent is dead.
Oh, that's what that is. Good.
Yeah. That's actually the math on that one. No, it's the value in having this many blinds. People assume when there's an ability-based character that blinds won't affect them. Pretty much everybody's auto attacks still kind of matter in Heroes, and it's just so much damage that isn't there. Every second of DPS being lost is advantage for your opponent. So it's the same thing as people being silenced. Yes, you may be an auto attacker, but when you're silenced, you're just cutting out a large portion of DPS no matter who you are.
Yeah, the auto attacks definitely add up, and especially with, you know, all these characters' auto attacks do still matter, except for maybe Lucio. But Shogal, I mean, the show damages matter, but here goes the suppression pulse is going in. They want to get this push. They're looking for this initiation. 7-sided strike is completely awful. And Kyr's deciding, hey, I wanted to do the thing, guys. I think you just got Eder Vision and missed the jump there. As they're pressuring this keep at the 9-minute mark here. Really nicely done. The healing coming in from both these supports is getting massive value here as this keep does fall this early into the game. That's huge. And Shogal might need to be careful here, but the bouncy balls are going in. And there's the Water Dragon Alt F4, but nice down mirror trying to get them out of there. Alt F4 is running for dear life. The nice move from Lucio, but Alt F4 is going to load the blast shield as well. The follow-up damage is there. Alt F4 taps is going to drop, though. Nicely done the damage there, but they're trying to turn this Wolf and Red's going in. And no, I think that's as much as they're going to get.
Yeah, and they didn't manage to get anything off of the upheaval. Like, it just wasn't there in time. Nobody was in position for it. Oh, Halorin J looking for another fancy swap. Doesn't care if he's over a wall at this point. And so, advantage to InVerum's Angels. Question is, will they be able to hold that now that there's potential for a full team fight?
Yeah, I mean, with all the heroics, all the big damage that's going to come out here, it's going to be tough to deal with. And, I mean, if Shogal can land the money combo, they're going to be in trouble. I don't care who you are. I mean, these supports, there's no Palm, there's no Jugs. Like, they're going to struggle to deal with this. They are full DPS spec right now. And if they catch someone, that could be the beginning of the end. Like that, if that Burrow Charge connects, they're in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, they were looking for Domo. Couldn't find him in time. And, I mean, they just need a big team fight. Get a huge upheaval, combo that into a lot of damage. Their AoE damage isn't amazing. It's not bad. It means the Drain is going to have to be on point with the stuns to follow up onto it. Because like you said, if they're able to get the damage onto those supports, they will fall. But if you miss 1 or 2 skills and those supports eventually manage to slip away in the high mobility that both of them have, you're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, both are...
Those walk away and heal.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is that you have to get the burst, because the sustainability of the draft of the blue team is you can't deny it. It's unyielding. The sustainability they offer is massive. The damage, the raw output over time. There's no big burst combo per se other than the 7-sided strike, and it doesn't matter. They don't need it, because they'll just wear you down.
Ishbu drops a box of Lucios, which next serial we need made. We got Ragnaros.
We got Ragnaros. Yeah, that's gonna happen. Well, I believe you me. It's gonna be a thing. So now every camp on the map now being taken by InVerum's Angels. They're pushing in. They've got the 13 talent here. Cho'Gall might need the Surging Fist away here as the whole team is gonna go in, try and make something happen here. But this could actually be the bait. Suppression Pulse goes in. They're running for dear life. There's the Curse Bullet connecting onto Cure. And here we go. The Storm coming out from Cho'Gall, getting absolutely no value. But here come the blinds, the turn, the damage, the Water Dragon, the Bless Shield, the follow-up, the 7s, everything. So much damage going in. And here the takedowns starting to come in. And this is gonna be it. Oh man, so much damage going over the TAs.
Yeah, no opportunity to even turn and consider the upheaval. Monk is going to go solo. the Immortal down because he actually does that at an alarming rate. They've got a little bit of damage here onto this wall so that when this Immortal shows up, they can go straight for the keep, possibly even end.
Yeah, this is going to be a big deal here. I mean, both these games, though, at this stage in the last one, too, InVerum Angels had a pretty big advantage, but Teaching Assistants managed to recover to an extent. So let's see if they can do that here. If they can get level 13 before level 16's reached, if they can get a convincing team fight, they can come back in this game.
It's possible, but just significantly harder on a map like VOE. Like, the number of opportunities you have to get back into the game are few and far between. They're looking to do it right now. If they can find a good target, it's just, they pulled Domo, so Domo's kind of isolated, and Mike's going to be with him. So maybe they actually managed to keep Domo alive? I don't know. This looks bad.
Yeah, Kieran Domo are
Oh my
actually
God.
soloing
Oh my
Cho'Gall.
God.
They actually sold the Cho'Gall out as the bouncy ball starts to come in. Wolf is getting low as well. No supports, no problem, says InVerum's Angels, as they just cleaned up the rest of the roster. And I don't think you can come back from that one. Dude, Lily. Yo, Lily took an entire Shadow Bolt volley to the face? Wish I was Ariel. Feels bad, man. Yeah. There's a reason Lily's being first banned in Hero League, guys.
She got bans in HGC today.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
She's just, I mean, it's, honestly, I don't even, if Lily couldn't heal other people, she wouldn't be a support. She would be a bruiser. Like, that's the thing. That's where Lily is right now, is if she actually couldn't heal other people, she'd legitimately be considered a standard MOBA bruiser. High mobility, high sustain, ability to duel, consistent damage.
Yeah, I mean, Frosty still pulled an incredibly impressive amount of damage, but sitting there in second place was Dumbledarian on that Lily. I mean, the Lily out DPS the Greymane. The Lily had more damage than anyone on the side of the TAs.
It's almost like secondary support Lily's pretty OP.
I don't even quantify her as a support anymore at this point. She's just she's a bruiser that can side heal, you know?
She stood in front of Cho'Gall like that, and she would have done that 4 months ago.
Cho'Gall maybe, yeah, sure, but not everybody. Wow, not literally everybody.
The only thing that changed about her is they buffed her E, so her survivability's been there the entire time.
Yeah, but she didn't output the damage to kill people. That's
But
the
I'm
thing.
just
It's like
saying.
now she does the damage to just wreck you. 6 ways to Sunday.
Water Dragon got buffed a long time ago. I'm just saying. I called it first. I
won't hate.
No. He's been going on about Lily for as long as I've known you.
Months.
Like,
For months.
dude, it's been almost a year. I remember us talking about this like a year ago. Straight up.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. I know. I hear what you're saying. No, I'm saying I hear what you're saying. All right. So, Rowboat or Rito up against InVerum's Angels. I think it's going to get interesting. Predictions. After watching those two matches, predictions.
I mean, you put together a pretty stacked roster, but, you know, Rowboat or Rito, they're no slouches either, by any stretch of the imagination. So, just saying.
Just saying. No, I believe you. And after watching them play that first series, I'm scared. Pichante, if he goes off, is scary. And Yuuj's air tool is very spicy. Yuuj's air tool actually did some stuff. And FC was just like a constant presence. I don't know. It's tricky. I feel like I should have had like an actual background. I feel left out. I'm just hovering in space in the middle of you guys, and I feel like
I didn't bother to set up the green screen.
That's okay. You just got computer parts.
I'm on a couch.
I got the esports wall behind me.
That is an esports.
You got the dorm shirt. You got the fishing pole. What is it?
Oh, that's actually the pole that holds up my green screen.
Oh, see.
Yeah, I've got the esports wall, the dorm jersey, all my tags across tons of events, and then all my new computer parts. Whatever I'm streaming, you can literally see what I use in the computer behind me.
Nice.
And
I'm excited to see how this shakes out, though. I think Rowboat and Rito are going to show up.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a good match. I think this is going to be a really good match. All these players are just really solid. So like no matter like it's funny because no matter what combination you put them in, and this just I guess shows why like stuff like SEL and PPL were so fun and were so good because when you just throw all these high level players into the blender together, not literally, let's not be murderers, but when you just throw them into the blend, yeah, awkward. When you just throw them all in together, you just get good teams, regardless. Like I feel like any one of these games is as entertaining as anything we see at the highest level HGC Open, if not like as entertaining as anything we see.
These are a little bit more entertaining because we know it's for little bit less stress. So like people are making people are making swaps they should not be making.
Yeah, people be making.
And like
swaps.
I don't think we would have seen the almost full blind comp in HGC.
I mean, it's just like
game
you can tell they're having fun, but they also know how to play at a high level. So it's a nice balance, I feel.
Well, it's drafting troll, but then actually be able to play the troll draft, and that's the difference. You know what I mean? Like that's, yeah, it's interesting. It's exciting. All right, so the teams are getting in here. Yeah, we just got to swap up the teams here. So Pichante versus Pichante 2.0. Excellent. Says Pichante.
Damn.
Hats? What is this hats meme?
Who's doing the bands? Who gets the Burger King crown?
See, that's okay. Crowns. That's okay. That'll do it. Alrighty. All right. Ready. Hope the giveaways have been going well in chat for you guys. Hope that's exciting. We got a ton of stuff. We got like 65 skin codes, 60 something skin codes to give away. So big shout outs to our admins and all the cool folks over at Tespa. They're like, hey, we got a bunch of extra stuff. What should we do for the community that's fun? And here we are. All right. Cure versus Budget Cure. Let's go.
Oh.
Wait, who said that?
That was huge. That was huge. So we got Cure and Cure replacements. I'm not sure about that. Yeah. Okay. So. Okay. So I don't know what's involved in this. So like UTA broke up and then like didn't break up, and then it's like the four of them without Cure, and then the person they like replaced him with, or like he left, and anyway, the other person they got who's now in Cure's spot is Frosty. So then me, in my infinite wisdom, was like, let's draft Cure and Frosty on the same team. That'll be fun. What could possibly go wrong?
I noticed that, and I was just like, a bold strategy, Cotton.
Let's see how it pays off, yes.
They're doing pretty well.
Yeah, they played really well together in that game. Yeah. Frosty's Cassie is actually scary, though. Just for the record. All right, so now this is a best of 5. So, Halorin, you wanna start us off, and then we'll swap out casting. I think like every game, we'll just have some fun.
That's the best of 5.
Yeah, best of 5. BO5, baby.
All right, am I on break now?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, you've been kind of casting nonstop. So if you want a break,
if you want to hop on a break, bud.
All right, I'll go on break after this draft.
Do it, buddy. We need the professor's insight.
I got a sandwich.
Kind of
mouth ban, is there a tool ban? Respect for WhyHeroThere. On a map like Dragonshire, I get why you wouldn't want to have a stealthy pop out and snatch half your health bar away. I get it.
Ariel, the queen herself, super strong right now. Okay.
Now, what exactly makes Ariel strong? Like, is it really resurrect?
No.
It's consistent damage. It's consistent damage while healing.
Yeah, it's the big thing is the fact that at the high levels, she gets so much value off the crown that she can just dish out so much raw healing because her DPS are actually consistently DPSing, and they scrape for so long. And in this meta right now with the double supports, there's such prolonged fights. She can do so much damage while also doing so much healing, and she just wins.
Well, they got the Goldan synergy. Ooh, thank you to InVerum's Angels for not taking Ginger Dread and Azebo.
Now that you said that, I hope you know what you've done.
If they change over, then no. Let's not go down that road. It'll be fine.
This is fine.
If they do that, they'd give me a warning, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure they would. They're polite gentlemen. I'm trying to think.
I expect a private message that, hey, just to let you know, we're going Ginger Trade and SIBO. That's all.
I feel like that's a thing. All right, so looking at the ban here, you want to probably deny another warrior or support that you think is the cancerous thing ever, aka Lily. Those are two far into the spectrums here, but also yes.
I wouldn't mind having Lily for myself here. So I don't if I'm InVerum's Angels. I don't know if I'd ban her outright. I mean, they got here to the finals with some solid Lily play, so I'd leave that option open.
Fair point. Zarya being grabbed. I like this denial pickup here. Can enable their, I would like maybe Greymane, the melee assassin type character as well. The global denied, trying to deny the counter to the Haka. I dig this. But like Greymane's still on the board, Lee's still on the board. They need a warrior as well though. Johanna is available on this map. I quite enjoy. They've got a lot of options. The first pick to Zebo though is strange to me because like I don't mind the pick. It's just that first pick slot. I don't think that would have been a highly contested choice.
Yeah, I mean, globals are strong. Oh.
I don't know what's happening.
I did not anticipate Leoric Nubrak here.
Yeah.
Great late game, no damage.
I have no idea what's happening. This is beyond me, man.
So you commit Leoric to the top lane. He does all right, I suppose, against the Haka.
And then you've got no wave clear and no follow-up damage on the Anubrak. Great.
Yeah, I mean, you can find it in the last pick. It's possible.
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely an option.
Yeah, but who... What auto attacker? Because I feel like Nazebo fills up your mage slot for the most part. Like, you could, in theory, go like a Kael'thas or something, maybe. But I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind the Kael'thas, actually. Give them more wave clear, give them a little bit of additional lockdown on the back of the Anubrak.
Right.
Actually allow them to kill things. Actually, the Kael'thas would be a really good pick. However, into a Medivh, that makes life very difficult. Okay, yeah. Rowboat or Rito just drafted a very solid composition.
Spicy.
Wow.
Pichante, no less.
Ah.
I like Rowboat or Rito's comp, and I'm not saying that from an even biased perspective. I just feel like they have a lot of options.
It's kind of good. Not gonna lie. It's kind of good.
Plenty of escape. The Tammet Strike 4 disengage option as well. Gul'dan should have more mobility by virtue of the portals. Global presence in Dahaka. Plenty of lockdown. Dragon, Stormbolt. Horrify. Against, so far, not a ton of damage. Until Nazebo gets to level 20, really. I mean, Nazebo does damage, obviously, but you got Force of Will and Ariel to deal with now. This last pick is going to have to be pretty amazing.
Yeah. It is the Greymane. Okay. I'm going to be real honest here. I don't know how InVerum's Angels wins this game.
Nope.
Not sure how they win this game.
Well, I mean, Greymane offers them a lot of damage options. I feel like there's an argument for both Curse Bullet and Go for the Throat, even though Curse Bullet's probably the easier one to set up victory in a team fight in this situation. Because, like, if you go for the throat, it's like, all right, you do that on Medivh and Ariel, so you're pretty much trying to fight against, or Gul'dan, but in that, you're, like, fighting against the snap decision-making or play of Ariel and of Yuuj and WhyHeroThere. That's a tall order.
Yeah, and WhyHeroThere as Medivh was god tier. We saw that before.
Right.
It was dirty. It was scary good. That portal bouncing he did at that end, that bottom last, that fight over the altar, that was stupid.
I'm a mute.
It's dumb. Go enjoy your sandwich.
Sambo.
Bye, Source. All right, let's get into this. Alrighty, why don't we introduce our other teams? Why don't you start us off, Halorin? Let's be gentlemanly.
All right. Well, we'll call off each other's teams, and on the left we're gonna have InVerum's Angels, Damavarians on Greymane, Curious playing the Zebo, Ishbu burrowing on a Nubarak. Hekram J knows what's up on New York, and my man Dree is gonna drop the bass on Lucio.
Yes, indeed. And on the other side, in the red trunks, it is Rowboat or Rito. We got Yuuj rocking it on that Ario. We got WhyHeroThere holding it down on that Medivh. We got Pichante, the god, on that Gul'dan. FZIgnition's going to be swarming it up here on the Dahaka. And TheWinds, of course, on that Muradin. You've got me inspired to do like little anecdotes for every player now, so thanks for that.
I have fun doing it. I don't know. I enjoy it.
Yeah, it's fun. It makes you think on your feet. I like it.
Hey, GLHF.
Just a sort of an initial scuffle here, nothing too bizarre. They have actually found Ishbu. That detainment strike's gonna be massive. He does have the burrow charge, barely getting there, but that's a lot of damage to take to start this off. And these Force of Wills, and Yuuj has got a huge amount of hope. This is hope. One thing I think InVerum's Angels is going to find themselves in short supply of in the coming engages here. And at least pre-20, they're going to have a very tough time here unless they can make some magic happen.
Yeah, I agree with that. I feel like they need to get the level 10 and have sound barrier to really enable their engage, because Lucio's passive healing is going to have a whale of a time trying to deal with Gul'dan, and especially Medivh once he completes, should he complete Master Touch. And like we're talking about, Ariel's no slouch for damage these days, so a lot to worry about.
Yeah, Yuuj just sitting there generating that hope. Pichante more than content to just push this out in the bot lane. TheWinds doesn't care even a little at this stage from the autos of the opposing team. Hekram J and FZIgnition just having a fun time here, competing over this top shrine here. But in the bot lane, Dree is going to try his best here, but this is going to be a lot. Oh man, if that detainment strike had hit, that would have been a very dead Lucio. Dree just got lucky, to be honest.
I would have to agree with that. If you snapped the whip and that turned into a stun, probably would have been the first takedown. I would have been surprised if it's anything else. But Damavarian on the chopping block, the Stormbolt lands. Yuuj tried to get in position for another detainment strike, so good on Dree for hitting that boop to pave the way for his teammate to get out of there. I like this aggressive play, and I like the quick responses from both teams.
Yeah, this is solid. Both teams rotating adeptly here. Once again, though, nice detainment strike coming in from Yuuj. Dree's in a world of hurt here as this corruption is going in now, and TheWinds is going to rotate, look to get this engage here. Damavarian's already in deep. He needs to be careful. Nice jobs dodging his way through there. Eats the Stormbolt, but not too much damage here as Yuuj. With that hat target, he's got no problems here. These detainment strikes have been on point.
I mean, he is dropping the E key at the right time pretty consistently. It's going to be up to Dree, I feel, to really knock Ariel back out of position to stop that kind of engagement. But with these three heroes down in the bottom, it's just a lot to walk into. You have to worry about Stormbolt, and then Yuuj is going to be there to follow up with the stun afterwards. So it's been hard for him to position and be aggressive in his bottom lane, I feel.
Yeah, absolutely. And already starting to push in a few lanes here. Ishbu's done a good job in mid against WhyHeroThere. Not an ideal situation. Wow, my computer is yelling at me. Good times. And already going for this camp here is Domo. I like this decision, getting this early pressure here. They've got control of the top lane back, or well, actually, actually no. FZIgnition's taking this back from Hekram J, so they got to be careful in the mid lane here, because this could be a DK if they're not cautious.
Yeah, this is going to force out a response one way or the other, and it seems like Dree's going to rotate down to the bottom and lay claim to that bottom shrine just in the nick of time. Nice coordination on the side of InVerum's Angels. They didn't overcommit mid because they were confident that Kira and Drew would be able to get that bottom shrine back in time, and they were able to do that, and now they own both of the shrines.
Yeah, and WhyHeroThere is going to deny Ishbu here. Ishbu a little bit optimistic, but already just go back. Damavarian's deciding he wants to die to this bruiser camp. And, I mean, capturing out this bottom shrine now once again is Rowboat or Riot. Containing that, yeah, Damavarian decided he didn't want to die to that bruiser camp. Good call. Level 7 around the corner here for both teams, so now we got to watch this Master's Touch stack start to come into play. And so far, I like the macro thought process of InVerum's Angels. They're realizing they're struggling in some of these lanes, and they need to get something elsewhere on the map.
Oh, the detainment strike almost registered a stun on Dree. TheWinds could have rotated and followed up on that. Damavarian gets his health back and decides to go back to the well of the bruiser camp. Should be able to come away with that. Conte will well himself back up with the drain. But that top lane is just kind of like, well, I don't die, I'm York. And then FZIgnition's like, well, I don't die either. So, guess we're just here.
Oh, WhyHeroThere has come in, though. They knew this was coming. Nicely done. Double variant is solo. InVerum's posting up here on the point, but FZIgnition is going in. WhyHeroThere actually falls. I think that was a bit of a misplay as the rest of the team is rotated in. And Camp's actually captured out by InVerum as FZIgnition falls. He's got nowhere left to go here. He's going to try and burn himself out. There is a beautiful impale to deny that. Bit of a misplay there from Rito or Riot, thinking they had the advantage and then just overcommitting by an inch.
I'm not entirely sure of the decision-making behind that. I mean, you don't have Master's Touch yet completed, so you go in there and effectively throw your life away over a bruiser camp in a lane that's been neutral and even all game. And then by the time FZIgnition goes in, Medivh's already gone, so then he's just like, well, this is awkward for me, right? And InVerum's Angel's like, yeah, it kind of is, actually.
It's a little awkward. Yeah, it is actually. Oh, great. Oh, great. I mean, now a half-level lead is here, and Yuuj is in a bit of a rough spot. Misses the Tamer Strike, but gets missed on the bird charge. The damage from Domo's going, and Yuuj is gone. The Winds as well might be in a bit of a rough spot. The Impale not actually connecting there onto him. That was a little bit of a weird hitbox, and now Domo's the one maybe under threat here, as WhyHeroThere is going to be here with these Force of Wills. They're fine.
Domavarian got his damage in and was able to back out successfully. WhyHeroThere shows up with the main parts of that story already played themselves out. And the decision-making from Rowboat or Rito's really cost them. Like, both their shrines are now in jeopardy. There's a sizable window where InVerum's Angels are going to have their heroics. So they have to play this one real passively and just wait for level 10 themselves. And that might set up the first dragon.
Yeah, they got to be cautious here. Nice job coming in from FZIgnition to sort of deny out this top lane. They've been doing a very good job of just soaking for 10, not overextending, not overcommitting. The heroics have actually been useless, especially because InVerum was taking so much damage here. Jari is struggling to actually keep up the healing. They're winning this despite the fact that they didn't have their heroics. Really impressive play from Rowboat.
Absolutely. I mean, the brass set on those 3 players to stay down there and fight without R keys. It paves the way for them to get the bottom shrine back, and then they themselves now have their heroics. That has to be something of a confidence boost. I mean, you have that decision where you drop a couple of heroes over the bruiser camp to be able to rally back and hold your own without heroics. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, and they know the siege camp is being taken here from the side of InVerum's Angels. Here comes the invade. Nicely done. The Entertainment Strike connecting onto InVerum. But here comes the Sound Bearer. The wind is popping. The Crystal Lead is actually denying a little bit of that kind of counter synergy. We do have the Hawk on the back line as well. InVerum's gone in real deep, getting hit by that. He does have a Burrow Charge. There is the nice portal as well, though, to try and give them a little bit more advantage. The movement here, good corruption damage is huge. The healing from Yuuj has been absolutely huge in this fight. And nicely done there. No one falling, but Rowboat or Rito coming out on top.
I think that was heads-up play on the side of Rowboat or Rito to keep themselves alive. That portal play, FZIgnition having the presence of mind, because I was like, wow, the Hawk is isolated for real. That should be pretty much a free takedown. Portal had a thing or two to say about that. But I'm not sure I get the value they're going for out of invading on these camps. They're doing it. I feel like they're deciding to do that late. So then they go in there and the camp's already picked up, or, you know, they're not going in together. That could cost them later on.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I don't totally disagree with the decision itself. It just seemed like they could have maybe put the Hawk in a different position. They could have isolated the Nubrak a little better. The Hawk going into the back line felt a little bit forced. I feel like maybe if they just committed onto that kill in the front line, they would have been fine. But I mean, HecarimJ is doing a great job just pushing in the top lane. And now the Winds is actually caught. Potentially no. Still got that Dwarf Toss. And here comes Ariel.
Yuuj comes in on the flank, just misses the Detainment Strike. WhyHeroThere is a bird flying high in the sky. He can drop out at any moment. Bottom shrine still up for contestation. The Winds jumps forward, misses the Stormbolt, trying to body block afterwards. The portal drops for a hasty escape, which the Winds takes advantage of. But with level 13 coming around the corner, I don't know if they want to continue to be aggressive like this. They need to try to make something happen before they're staring down the barrel of another tier disadvantage.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be... I mean, the last time they did it, they really didn't struggle. Even down the heroics, they felt very calm, very composed. They did decent work here. Siege Camp's going to get cleaned up now as level 13 is just around the corner. This wave should get it for them here. Yes, it will. So nicely done there. I think really a lot of this comes down to as well is that HecarimJ isn't losing this matchup, like at all. Like, this is traditionally a matchup that we see Dahaka do very well, and InVerum in the mid lane might be in a little bit of trouble, but we're actually just seeing HecarimJ doing a great job in this matchup, and that's really what's keeping his team in this game.
Yeah, I mean, I 100% agree with that. He knows what's up in that top lane. Normally, you see Leorg just kind of holding on to that lane against Dahaka, but he's actually managing to force the dinosaur back. So props to him. Level 13, not too far off. for Rowboat or Rito. But something to really consider here, InVerum, is Acid Drenched Mandibles is picked up by a new wreck at 13. That's a lot more damage than Rowboat or Rito's gonna have to worry about that they haven't dealt with before, and that could take them by surprise. But oh!
Yeah, Cure getting caught, but actually a little bit of overlap between the Detainment Strike and the Horrify. Is the healing going to be here from Jri? Oh, actually burn the Soundbird. Not sure he needed to do that, but he's going to get the team back in there. That is a big cooldown blown as well for Cure to just kind of walk back into this and potentially go, oh, Jri, the boop is solid. And now Pichante might have overstepped a little bit here as Domavarian has joined the fight.
Nice Detainment Strike afterwards. Perfectly timed knockback from Rito. Like, that looked actually pretty funny. Like, the winds dropped in and just kind of, like, scooted over to the side. That was the difference between a dead Cure or not. I mean, yeah, I don't know if they needed to drop Sound Barrier there, but that poison damage was ticking away, so I get why you play it cautiously. As closely contested as this game has been, one hero dropping at the wrong moment could be the snowball, but another huge engagement. WhyHeroThere on the ropes, drops the Force of Will, gets in the portal to save his own bacon. The wind's going to back out as well. And this is another instance in VODs where they go for the camp invasion, and then they find themselves in the back foot after.
Yeah, I mean, Pichante is going in. Nice burrow charge there from Ishbu. The follow-up. Good Force of Will, though, to deny that. And the ley line connects onto 2. Oh, man, they have isolated Domo. He needs to be very cautious. They're trying to chase him down. The portal was just used. They're not going to have the follow-up. And in the meantime, this is actually a 4v5. Leoric has been split pushing the top lane this entire time. And getting these keep towers is going to get a huge advantage in terms of propelling them towards 16.
Yeah, it's not too often you see a Leoric left in her own devices in the top lane on Dragonshire, but it's paying off for the members in InVerum's Angels quite a bit. They're going to be level 16 sooner rather than later, and that's definitely going to help them out. You don't normally want to push the top lane on Dragonshire, but if you're able to do it for free and get that experience, why not?
I mean, Leo needs to get value out of his trait, man. Come on, it's the Bridge of Death for a reason. He's just trying to get trait value, man. But so far, no. He's been left completely to his own devices. It reminds me of when we first saw Leo brought out, like original, like OG Tempo Storm Leo, where they just identified him as this sort of split push god. And we're seeing a little bit here, but the whole team is there. There's the Entomb onto Yuuj. He will have the Crystal Aegis. He does pop it, but isolated and alone. Gary is here. The Winds as well. Has to force himself out. The nice Impale, though. Yuuj is alone, but the Horrify! Oh, no. And Yuuj with the Detainment Strike. Beautifully executed. Pichante saving his life. Hacker MJ wanted it, and wow, nicely done from Rowboat.
By the thinnest of margins, they're able to save Yuuj's life. Perfectly placed Horrify into a well-timed Detainment Strike, allowed Yuuj to get out of there. Level 16, though, is now picked up for the members of InVerum's Angels, so the back continues to be against the wall for the members of Rowboat or Rito. Siege can't take it away from them. They just need to soak and get to level 16.
Yeah, they really do. They just need to secure that, and Dahak is helping to bring them back into this game, up into this top lane. We're going to have him getting that 16 for them fairly soon here at Sacrum J. This is some of the first pressure that these towers have had all game long. And Yuuj once again with a 6 Detainment Strike, but he needs to be careful. There goes the Burrow Charge. Is there going to be the follow-up, the Impale? But no, not quite finding the damage they needed. Nicely done. Pichante puts so much pressure on.
Yeah, Golden is an absolute menace in these types of situations. Without Sound Barrier, Lucio can only do but so much in those initial stages once those corruptions land. Dragon Knight gets snapped away for free, however. WhyHeroThere does not yet have... He's 1 Q away from completing his quest, so he's like, I'm not risking my neck for a 12-minute Dragon Knight. I need this quest complete.
Yeah, but going in onto the Winds, nicely done. But man, the healing from Yuuj. Pichante is giving him so much to work with. You take one of the best mage players in NA, and easiest time ever if you're an Ariel.
Not too bad. I mean, see what kind of value that the members of InVerum's Angels are going to be able to get out of this Dragon Knight. Not the most damaging thing ever, but if you can distract your opponent long enough, you can get some value. The middle fort got taken care of. Dragon Knight rotates down towards bottom. Hecarim J continuing to live his life in the top lane, getting all kinds of value there. But as far as XP goes, I feel like Rowboat or Rito, all considered, are doing about as good as they can.
Yeah, I think so right now. I mean, they're holding their own. They're only down about a level here. Reabsorption, that's something we got to talk about. It's going to get so much value. Jri's the one they've isolated. They want to get this pull, and we do see the adaptation getting blown. Ishbu getting so much damage. Nicely done. The drag is there. He's got the shields, but is it going to be enough? The healing from Jri is trying to keep him alive through this cure as well. The boot. Blasting up Pichante. Nice dodge there from Domavarian onto that Stormbolt as well. He's running for dear life. The portals are keeping him in this. The heal from Jri, the speed boost as well, going to be getting him out of there. Nice boop. And the whole team is here. And in the meantime, split push.
I mean, this has been effectively a 4v5 pretty much the majority of the game, and to InVerum Angel's credit, they've been holding their own, and it's allowed Leoric to do what he does best. I mean, he's just been split pushing, and actually, now we see Rowboat Arena in a position where they might actually drop heroes out of this progression. They do get back behind their bottom fort, but they need to make something happen in these times where they have numbers. They just haven't so far.
Yeah, I'm really surprised with all the damage and the healing and sustainability and the engage that they have. I just feel like we're always seeing Ishbu be the one to initiate these fights. We're never seeing the big portal out of nowhere. Oh,
surprise. An alarming amount of burst nets the takedown on Yuuj, who still had Crystal Aegis up, so that just took him completely off guard. And that's going to be a huge momentum swing for InVerum's Angels.
Yeah, this is big. They're now ahead of 2 full levels. They're pushing in the desired lane here, the spot lane, taking down these keep towers. This is going to get them even closer to 20, which for them is a massive power spike. I said, how do they win this game? The only way they win this game is to get to 20. And apparently, I should have had more faith in my team because they're doing quite a lot of work here, despite the fact that it's more of a late game composition. They made their mid game work.
Yeah, I mean, Domavarian is doing all kinds of work on Greymane, and he knows Medivh almost better than anyone. So as far as finding that right time to get that burst damage in, we've seen him do it twice now on Ariel and Medivh both. So not too shabby at all by this team.
Yeah, really impressive coming out from them. I think it's just knowing Domo knows exactly the limits of the hero, and thus he's able to push those limits because he knows exactly what it can and can't do. He's got those timings down in his head, memorized, like, okay, Force Wheel's going to be up, Portal's going to be up, X, Y, and Z. He knows what's going on. I think that makes a big difference here. Now they've got 20, and of course, we are seeing that Vile Infection coming out here from Cure, and that's where things get spooky.
Yeah, it's going to be rather tough to deal with Nazeebo at this point. When we saw Nazeebo get picked up in the draft, it was like, all right, well, if Nazeebo gets to level 20, that could be pretty rough. And that day has come. A full level in a little bit ahead. I mean, Cure's been doing work before, but now he's going to have an exclamation point on everything he does.
Yeah, I mean, and I said this even looking at this draft early. This is a late game draft. You look at Leo, you look at Lucio, you look at Greymane, and of course Nazeebo. They get hyper carry in the late game, and this is really what we're seeing now. Is they're going a nice drag though onto Ishbu, taking so much damage. Here we go. Gary's dropping as well. The Force of Will, great value. The portals are coming out because wow, look at that damage from Cure. He is single-handedly shredding the red team.
Yeah, Red Boat or Rito are quite literally being eaten alive. Look at TheWinds' health bar get evaporated. See, Yuuj rotates around, has some sustain there, and that's the spooky part of allowing a late game composition to get to full fruition. I mean, you don't have your Storm Tier talents, so you have to play it safe one way or the other, but when you're going against a backline like Nazeebo, even a sturdy hero like Murden has to be on guard.
Yeah, I mean, you get that. You get a couple Glenn cocktails in your face, you're eating spider damage, and then all of a sudden go for the throat, and I don't care who you are, I don't care if you're Murden, even with Avatar, you are just going to get absolutely shredded. Because look at the Wind's health bar, all this damage, this poison damage, he's just been taking it right now. And these zombie walls, too, have been really solid, trashing out Yuuj, but here comes the big horrifier that want to isolate the target. They see that it is Ishbu, he's able to get himself out of there for now, though. The Wind is going in deep, nice force with the portals there, the Wind trying to scoot the kill into takedown onto Ishbu, surviving, no, he ends up dropping beautifully down the ley line, CO getting so much value, and this is it. Rowboat or Rito is back in this game. Maybe.
Rowboat or Rito rallying back. They do drop Ariel there, but they do now have their Storm Tier talents, and they didn't have those at the beginning of this. Cure on the ropes. Could he get taken down here? FZIgnition says yes. The Wind's going to try to dwarf toss out of there. Domavarian again plays on Greymane and gets another takedown. He turns his eyes to Medivh, who immediately gets his postage stamp. Domavarian having a field day right now.
The resets! Okay. Domo? What? What just...
What?
What just... Halorin, what just happened? Hello? Team?
We saw Domavarian's David Copperfield impersonation. He's like, I can make your teammates disappear. Just like left and right, leaving only Pichante alive. They don't have enough heroes or enough push to be able to end the game. So for Rowboat or Rito, they've got that going for them. But that shot across the bow, that was the statement. It's like, we got damage. But to Rowboat or Rito's credit, you know, they got a couple of takedowns without their level 20, so they're still in this.
Yeah, Hecarim J saying thank you to Pichante for helping him clear that camp. Pichante sending all his damage in, hitting only the minions. But yes, Good. What mannered players we have here. So good. Cancer? And despite the fact that we had Rowboat or Rito pegged with like what we thought is a really solid comp, and it is, we're just seeing the individual mechanical skill of the blue team just really coming to play here. I don't think Rowboat or Rito is out of the CF by any means, but this is definitely an uphill climb.
I would agree with you, like 100%. I mean, this is a very late game composition. Now we've made it here to the late game, so the onus was on Rowboat or Rito to get ahead and shut things down enough to where if level 20 became a factor, it was almost too little too late. But now they're down in structures. They haven't even claimed a fort yet. And now we see InVerum's Angels operating at 100%. They're really going to have to pull a rabbit out of their hat if they want to turn this game around.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're going in now. Nice force of will, though. But look at the damage that horrifies. Speed them all over the place. Leoric is the target. Hecarim J is going to drop instantly. Ishbu as well. Caught in the back line. Oh, dear. The force of will, though. Sorry, the leyline seal, though, getting massive value as Dumbo and friends are going in. Nice job. There's the sound barrier, though. FZIgnition is going to pop that adaptation. Keep going. TheWinds wants to get the Stormbolt. Can he find it? Trying to identify the target. Cure is going to be the one. And the rest of the team is going in. There's still want more here, Lauren.
TheWinds isolated after that boot. Dre rotates down, heals up his teammates. FZIgnition potentially the next target. Kira's on the chase. Late game to Zebo, shredding the Haka's health bar. He gets taken down. A nice fancy port from WhyHeroThere helps him back away as well. But with that hero getting taken down, and then the zombie wall goes in, Force of Will's not going to be able to save Ariel. That should be game.
That should be it. Somehow, someway, with Shri and friends, that healing, they're able to turn that around. Pichante is now caught out here. Beautiful Entomb, and I cannot believe it. InVerum's Angels just played this well. I honestly don't really know what else to say. That they just did a phenomenal job timing out all their abilities just to perfection here, knowing exactly how far they could go, and Shri's support play. There's a reason we both wanted this guy.
I was sad, like I said, man, I was upset when you took Tree away from me. His positioning was key, man. Like those sound barriers were all meaningful. There's a lot of times you'll see a Lucio player just like drop a sound barrier. It's like, I don't know if he necessarily needed that, or it was just kind of like a flinch gesture where it's like, oh, he dropped that too early. So then the enemy team collapses on him afterwards. But all those sound barriers were a huge turning point in those team fights and enabled a player like Domavarian to go full off, because I wasn't expecting Greymane to show up like that in the game.
Yeah, no, Domo just, I mean, there's a reason I've been like, yo, it's all about that Greymane. It's all about that Greymane. There's a reason, and that's the reason. Wow. Yeah, it was, yeah.
Yeah. I'm really impressed with Domavarian's play in particular in that game. Like all these players, they know the game. They're all going to be able to play at a high level. But to thread a needle, like going up against Ariel and Medivh, who have two instantaneous responses to burst. You have Crystal Aegis to worry about. You have Force of Will to worry about. To find those lulls in the team fights, to be like, okay, now's when I jump in. Like he killed Yuuj on Ariel before Crystal Aegis even got used. Like he just wasn't expecting it. So to have that kind of timing, it was just really impressive.
Yeah, it was. And it was just, again, it comes down to just knowing the heroes so well that you're like, I got 4 seconds. Like I know how much I can move and I can play, and when that portal's come back, because you play a hero for like 300 times or more, right? Probably in the Medivh, you just know. But really, I think what it came down to is the fact that like Cure just was, despite the pressure they put on Cure, he just never felt pressured. You know what I mean? Once you got past, like once you got into the mid game, it was just sort of like, okay, spiders and auto attacks and the walls. Like you just got caught in zombie walls because they would drop them and then the impale would come in and then you're just like, I'm an inch from escaping, but then I can't. And honestly, like Ishbu, I think is like the low key star player of this, because I don't think he missed a burrow charge that entire game. Maybe one.
I agree. I mean, his play enabled a lot for his team, obviously, but the surprising amount of value out of that comp I felt was at level 13, like I said, he went Acid Drench Mandibles, which is a pretty standard talent these days for a noob rack. But it makes it hard to question who you go after first, because like if you just leave a noob rack there, he's going to get those double stuns and he's going to start hitting like a truck. Like you have to really worry about him. So then if you put damage on him, then he has shields and he sustains, if you try to focus on New York, it's like, all right, he's gonna have some sustain as well. But every second that ticks, you got to worry about heroes like Nazebo throwing spiders on you. You got to worry about Damavarian jumping in. Damavarian didn't even die that game. Like, he was the only person that didn't die. So when you have someone that's so dive centric to jump in there and be a melee damage dealer to not die, that means the rest of your team has posed enough of a threat to where the enemy team's just like, I don't know who we attack right now.
Yeah, it really just came down to the fact that the second they tried, like the movement, like there was always another threat. There was always another threat, and then they'd blow all their cooldowns to try and kill that Nubarak, but the damp magic had so much value, and then he'd just be out of there. And then Domo would be in like, oh, we just used everything that we could use to kill Domo, and now we're all half health. And then spiders, and then you're in a rough spot. Yeah, I think that was the big thing. It was that Ishbu drew so many cooldowns to start every one of those fights. He would go in, and they were just like. He's just like, no, I'm good. I'm gonna leave now. I need to get healed up by percentage-based healing from Lucio. Thank you very much. And we're just gonna go back into this fight now. It's gonna be great. Lucio's gonna press E, and we win the game.
Yeah, I feel like on the side of Rowboat or Rito, I was surprised. Like, Medivh made plays, right? There were instances where the portals came down and it was like, all right, cool. Like, that just saved their teammate, or that set up an engage possibility. But from a raw damage standpoint, I feel like the Ariel Medivh pairing didn't net the damage that they were hoping for, ideally. Like, Ariel got 25,000 hero damage. Lucio did more hero damage. Medivh got 42,000 hero damage. And InVerum's Angels had 2 heroes that cleared 100,000 hero damage, and only Pichante did that with Golden. So it was just like, it's one of those instances, like, yeah, we have a ton of sustain. But where's your kill potential? Like, if you can't kill anyone, you being able to sustain almost doesn't matter.
Yeah, and the sustainability, honestly, I felt like was just going to be there for Rowboat or Rito. Like, I just felt like they had enough to deal with. Like, the Force of Will is like the reabsorption. They did a very good job of not proccing it. I didn't see a lot of instances where reabsorption got massive value, like full health value. Like, you never see any of that. And players are getting better at playing around it. So... we're in a lobby. If TheSource is here, he should come join in. Maybe you guys can cast this one. But he's not. He's AFK. I think we're just good. I guess we're just.
Yeah, I guess we just roll.
We just roll.
But yeah, like, if Medivh was another damage dealer, or even a Lily, like someone that can add some sustain but does serious numbers as well, I think they would have fared better.
Yeah, I mean, Medivh for me, he either like enables so much amazing play, or you're exactly that situation. I'm like, I wish he was an assassin.
Yeah, like, because you don't have a Graveman on your team or someone to get most of that, like, max value out of the Force of Will. It's like, who's really diving in there like that, But next game, team stayed on the same side, right?
Yes, they did. Our admins are doing a fantastic job of that, so I don't have to mess with my overlays. Feels good, man. So Rowboat or Rito, man. Feels the professionalism is amazing. Like, we're just in games instantly, and all these players too are like, they've been in the scene for so long. It's so nice. We're just in it. We're just on to the next one.
It often feels like herding cats otherwise. So props to everyone involved there. And I have 2 cats, so I know what it's like.
Oh, yes, you would. And thanks to everyone who's hanging out and chat with us. I know HGC is going on, but honestly, I love, like, obviously having so much HGC is amazing, but at the same time, it's interesting as the community, because, like, you can only then do stuff during the week, and only, like, a few days during the week. It's like, you don't want to do anything on the weekends, but at some point you just have to go, we're going to have to do stuff on the weekends. So thank you all so much for coming and hanging out with us. Be sure to hit up Team Tespa on Twitter if you guys don't. If you are involved in collegiate esports and want to get more involved with it, they're the ones who had this idea and brought us in. So big props to those guys over there, putting in all the work behind the scenes to make this a reality. Contacting the top 64 teams and getting this rolling, which is awesome. Just got a big shout outs to those guys because I don't think the admins don't get enough credit.
No, they definitely don't. I mean, they're the workhorses behind all this. We show up and talk about the video games and change the overlays every now and again. But as far as the legwork to make all this possible, getting all the mountain of data, and interviewing, getting the initial set of data for the teams that were in Heroes of the Dorm and stuff, they made our jobs so much easier. That would have been pretty tough otherwise.
Yeah, seriously. Like, I mean, we still reached out and like interviewed teams when we could, but like they're the ones who actually like got the matches and had to talk to all the players and do all that stuff. And yeah, you know, obviously our producers always want things faster, but they still did an awesome job at the end of the day because I think it ran pretty smoothly and we had some awesome games. So big ups to them for obviously dorms. We had a blast and hopefully clearly people still like it because they're here.
Those games were all fantastic.
Oh my gosh. Basically.
Dude, I've been saying oh my gosh like in my natural life like way more often than them.
Oh, it's so funny during the like the Hanamura reveal, like the 2.0 show, and Kevin was like, "Man, this has just been fantastic," and I was like, I tweeted at him like, yeah. I was like, out loud, I was like, "Oh my gosh!" For those who don't know what we're referencing, you're missing out.
So, like the intro video of all the Heroes of the Dorm shows. It played back clips of Tasteless
and Artosis, yeah.
Tasteless and Artosis, and like one was like, "These games have been fantastic," and then the other one was like, "Oh my gosh!" And like it just became this meme with the production staff to where
to our amazing director Steve Bloom would legitimately 30 seconds before we're about to go live, you're sitting on the set and all of a sudden in your ear all you hear is oh like every time we developed our own memes. It was great. Man,
dude, is that video of the
yo I gotta find it, hold on, I gotta find it.
That would be perfect to show here.
Oh amazing, hold on. Oh dear. All right, so also there's a draft happening. Talk about the draft for a second.
Arthas Medivh. There's a lot more Medivh play than I thought we'd see overall today. On Towers of Doom, I get it though. A lot of poke possibility. Save the bacon of your teammate. Abathur Murden shows up. Of course, the classic. Everything you see those in the 2-3 slots all the time. That offers a lot of value to Rowboat or Rito. Anytime there's a long team fight, you could potentially have Abathur body soaking in the lane. Throwing the hat on a throwable hero like Murden brings a lot of options. That's a surprising amount of damage. Zeratul going to get snapped up or banned away, rather. Interesting choices there. Do we see another, milk carton setup? I'd be pretty thrilled about that. Oh, is that the video?
Oh, that's the video. All right, hold on. After this draft, I'm actually might just like play it on stream.
I think we might just have to show that.
Yeah,
it's too epic.
It's too good. It's too good. All right, hold on. Yeah, after this game, I'll play it.
A little bit of BM dropped in the chat. Domavarian just said, "Guys, ready to see an actual Medivh?"
Oh my!
The gut shot.
Oh, to be fair though, his Medivh's
he is Domavarian, and he's.
I mean, not the Medivh played by Rowboat or Rito was bad by any stretch.
Not at all.
It was in fact quite impressive. And at that level, you can like those. Yo, that one ley line though, the bouncing ley line.
Yeah, the bank shot ley line. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that enough at the time. But for real though, he just
looked the turn.
Yeah, he just straight bank. Yeah, bank shot. Oh baby. Okay.
Uther shows up. Now, as a support main, I'm really curious to gauge your opinion on this EnVerum. Because I feel if you're going up against... Wait, did you leave?
I'm here.
Yeah,
What's up? Yeah.
No, I just heard someone drop out.
Oh, okay.
I thought we had another remix of... Rayman is Zito? Mirror match? Okay. Level...
Oh, dear.
Wait.
Fresh meat. I'm excited.
This actually really works.
Yeah, it does.
In this situation.
Yeah, it
does.
does.
Kind of frightful, all considered.
So, 4-man kill comp and Zag.
Level 7 talent for Uther.
Yes.
In most cases, if there's at least 2, if there's a stun and a root somewhere in the enemy team comp, I actually think the Guardians of the Ancient at level 7 is the stronger talent.
Just literally, I only saw Bakery tweet this earlier. He was just like, someone's like, "What's your Uther build?" It's like anything, Guardians, anything, Redemption.
Pretty much.
Literally.
I mean, you can put 75 armor on someone consistently, anytime the enemy team engages, stand there and be rooted. Stand there and be stunned because you're eating only a quarter of the damage. Like, I'd rather just sit there in one spot and have 75 armor than to move around and take 100% damage.
Yeah, I mean, I think the argument's been made, like, if there's a stun like Stormbolt, you just cleanse that and not worry about it. So I guess we'll see here what tree ops to go with as we get into this. Let's start us off, man, and introduce these teams.
Over on the left, we're going to have the members of InVerum's Angels. Good morning, Charlie. Damavarian's on that Medivh that we all expected. Ishbu's on Arthas. Hecarim J looking for fresh meat on the Butcher. Uther. Takes no Lighted Band is no man and whatnot. Jill, Landry, and Frosty's going to round it out with a cigar.
And on the other side, it is a Rowboat or a Rito. We got Mochrie holding it down on the Lucio. FZIgnition on the Sparkly Horse Nazebo. We got TheWinds holding it down on his Murden. Yuuj going to make the huge plays there on that Greymane. And of course, WhyHeroThere on the big playmaking hero, the Slug, TheWinds.
Anytime I see Butcher show up in a coordinated play, I'm always excited to see because I feel like he has one of the most interesting spots in the meta to where he's kind of not in the meta. But the moment he shows up in the right situation, like he's the definition of a niche character. And this is a situation where I think we could see the Butcher go off.
Yeah, here's the thing, is he goes in, and he only goes in. So, like, you get a character like Zeratul who can go in and out, Valeera who can go in and out to an extent. These are the melee assassins. Right. And that's fine and good to a degree, but when you give him portals, when you give him Force of Will, then you just, the biggest weakness of his kit, you just eliminate.
Exactly. And I mean, I feel like that's something that Rowboat or Rito were missing last game. Like one of those, you know, a hero that pushes the envelope on the front line and then Force of Will saves their bacon, but Yuuj is going to casually 1v1 successfully Zagar in the top lane. That's of note. That is of note. And I totally missed it. Tours away, my friends. To be fair, though, that's the only kill I've missed yet this entire tournament, so I'm feeling pretty good about my obsing skills. But a nice little advantage here. Yeah, it feels obs, man. And Greymane is going to push this advantage really hard, and this is where the Abathur really comes into play here, is during these long, drawn-out altar phases, because he can actually rotate up. He can be wherever he needs to be. He can body soak, hat soak, and this is really where we're going to start to see the Abathur just get so much value for his team. Yeah, especially over single altars later on in the game. If those become long team fights, the body soaking is going to make itself apparent for sure. Yuuj is going to start channeling the top right altar down in the bottom. Murden might be able to steal that one away. No, Dree comes in, gets the W in time. Mochrie almost eats the charge. That was the longest scenic route I've seen Butcher take in a while, but Mochrie's able to get out. Yeah, but up in the top, Domo and Frosty have actually zoned it out here, so they are totally content to give up this bottom lane now. Nice Howling Blast here. The Winds is going in. Good stud in there as well. So two altars actually going the way of InVerum's Angels here. And here comes the charge once again. Oh, Hecarim's going fishing. He's in real deep. The Force of Will is there, though. The portal. Hecarim, take the portal! And he's going to get himself out of there, but Yuuj is here. Yuuj has arrived, and now Domo's the one potentially in trouble. Is able to get out of there. Damavarian hits the portal, comes back, misses the Q, so he's able to get out of there. Yuuj pressing the issue, forces out the Force of Will. Yuuj needs to be a little careful, because, yeah, Damavarian can turn around and hit a Q button, and that's the thing. But, I don't know. I think if Zagar actually rotated down, they could have taken a serious run at getting all three altars. No, Domo, you didn't! Boop, boop, boop. Wow. And then... This BM is next level. FZIgnition in the mid lane as well. The Howling Blast, the follow-up, the damage there. FZIgnition. Oh, good night, sweet prince. Yo, okay. When they saw the emotes and stuff, I was like, yeah, that's cool. That's good stuff. But that's why. That was the reason why emotes are in this game. Yeah, I mean, only Greymane knew he died at the initial part. Because, I was just like, all right, Greymane got out. Cool. Yeah. And then... you said something. I looked up. I was like, "Wait, why is Greymane dead?" wait a second. Wait, and then what? You see Damavarian just getting back in a portal and just casually leaving. I was like, "Damage is done." Mochrie. Oh, Mochrie's been in a world of hurt here for a while. Did you see the Howling Blast miss? And Greymane falls again somewhere else on the map. Not important. The Great Escape is happening as Mochrie just completely bodies his opponents, going full wolf right now. And okay, so wow, Mochrie the god. Yeah, I mean, Yuuj has been aggressive all afternoon, making plays earlier on Zeratul, and now he's been doing that a couple times on Greymane, but it's getting punished with the high mobility of Domavarian, and I guess Halorin J must have taken him out. Interesting.
Something happened. I was less important. Yuuj dying not as important as how sick that chase was. Not even close. Not even close. So InVerum Angels are up 1-0 right now. So keep that in mind. Rowboat or Rito, they've got to recover from this sort of mentally. The mental game has got to come into play here. Interesting positioning from Ishbu here, though. I love how content he is to just be insanely aggressive. And TheWinds obviously is Dwarf Toss, so he's fine. But the rest of the team's coming in here. Yuuj might get some pretty big value here. Nice job. These go land cocktails as well. The Spiders, this damage is gonna work up, but finally Frosty's joined the fight.
Yeah, the Winds leads the charge. The portal does go down. Halorin J looking for the right opportunity. After Dwarf Toss gets used, it's not the worst time. Frosty makes his presence. They have a ton of poke over this altar, and without your clone at level 10 for AdVictor, I feel like Rowboat or Rito is going to really struggle in situations like this.
Yeah, pre-10, their draft might struggle a little bit, though Domo's actually in a lot of trouble here. He's getting out with the portal as well. He obviously wants to get this Master's Touch stacked up, so he cannot die here, and Jri, this is where the Uther healing might have some problems here. The mana is definitely going to be a factor here as Ishbu's getting very low. Jri is trying to zone here. So the rest of the team is here. Zagara's been rotated back up to mid, trying to deal with the split soak Abba. This is where we talked about it earlier, where he just gets so much value. Domo dodging everything. Are you kidding me? Oh man, they are just styling right now.
Hits the portal, comes back, it's adding more damage in. Ishbu, low on health, has the armor from Uther, is able to get out of there. But enough damage has been put on the members of InVerum's Angels for Rowboat or Rito to come away with another altar and tie the score up. But actually, all the AdVictor body soaking didn't pay off too much. They're still down in experience.
Yeah, it really comes down to Frosty. It's so funny because Frosty shows up to fights when he needs to, but then every time he doesn't need to be there, he's off. We saw him doing it on Cassia earlier. We're seeing him doing it now on the Zagara, an undoubtedly more effective hero for that. His split push is just solid, and once he gets Nidus Network, which I assume is going to be the heroic, it's going to get even more terrifying.
I 100% agree. He might get overall more split push value than even AdVictor this game. If he keeps that up, Halorin J charges in, finds FZIgnition. Nazebo trying to get out. Not much mobility. The Sapper Camp gets stolen away. The Winds is going to be able to Dwarf Toss over there. But that is a successful progression of events for InVerum's Angels.
Yeah, really nicely done there. Nice little boop, though, denying some of these sappers here. FZIgnition nicely done to dodge out that Howling Blast there as well. But level 10 has now been reached for both teams. So on an even talent here still. This is a very even back and forth game. Despite the unconventional draft here from the side of InVerum's Angels, they're executing it very well.
I would really agree with you there, but I think we're going to see a lot different dynamics to these team fights. The Roots just misses. The Winds is able to get out of there. If I am Lucio right now, I'm immediately concerned about the Butcher for the rest of the game. Lamb to the Slaughter, a silence that long on a hero like Lucio, denying the sound barrier, that is going to be devastating if it's able to happen.
Silence and lack of mobility, the two things that absolutely kill Lucios. So we'll see how that goes down here. Also denying the Dwarf Tosser Murden can't be ignored. They're looking for FZIgnition in the bot lane, though, as these two altars do spawn. Let's see which team is going to go aggressive. It probably should be InVerum's Angels. I say that, but they're actually very spread out on the map right now. They're just content to trade this.
Yeah, I think conceptually I agree with you, but where their positioning is, their best bet is to just evenly trade out. The Lambda Slaughter goes in, the Root follow-up might not even have been necessary. Greymane's going to find himself a rock and waiting to respawn. Team fighting pros in a skirmish scenario showing itself off for InVerum's Angels.
Rowboat Rito's like, yo, we're going to engage on you. And InVerum's Angels like, no, we're not. You're not. We're engaging on you. Hello. Turn around, drop the lambs. Frosty's in a little bit of trouble here. He's got to get himself out of there. He does get stunned. That is going to be a dead Zagara. No chance you survive there. So finally, Rowboat or Rito getting a little bit of momentum back here, getting that pick off. That's exactly what they needed right now in this game. That'll help them get to level 13 on par with their opponents.
Yeah, just as much as they needed momentum, they need to take away the momentum from InVerum's Angels. Taking away that split push potential. Oh no, WhyHeroThere there finds Domavarian cheeky and bold behind the line of scrimmage. AdVictor is able to get out of there. Have the members of InVerum's Angels overstayed? The Root says no.
All right, this Uther build though. Can we talk about that real quick?
Wait, what?
Yes. All right.
Well, I don't die, Uther.
Yeah. I mean, he's just going full Q build, so heard you don't like mana ever. That's fine. Interesting. Actually, he's not doing too bad on the mana front, though. I'm actually surprised. I'm going to have to look into this build, because that's nothing like what I've done and have seen done by pro players. So, interesting here. Domavarian has arrived, though, into the background. The portals are here. Nice dodge there. And here comes the Butcher. The charge is real. FZIgnition. Survive! That sound barrier getting so much value. Mochrie clutch the last possible second. Gary's getting decent value as well, as the team is going to start to show up here. Nicely done. That curse bullet's going in. Ishbu as well. Yuuj trying to make something happen here on Hecarim J. And there comes the Leyline Seal. Actually denying it. There we go as well. And oh man, catching him barely on the edge of that. Going, how is that still alive? The Nazebo. How are they still doing this? WhyHeroThere trying to get the kill to Hecarim J. No, they don't get it.
That ice block came in at the exact perfect moment that FZIgnition needed. Somehow manages to endure through the Land of the Slaughter. Now Ishbu's the target. He's not going to be able to get out. Super Mario Murden on the back of his face. The Dwarf Toss is going to be there. The altar actually gets stolen away by Frosty. It's all a diversion. I'll trade in Arthas if I get 4 shots on your court. And they're not done yet. Huge.
Oh man, there goes. Domo misses the Q though, but Yuuj does go down. Hecarim J is now still chasing this. Lucio falls as well. The charge once again. Finally, FZIgnition died. He lived longer than any Nazebo in history has ever had a right to live. And finally paying for it here. This play is as high level as anything we've seen. I feel like this is better than HGC Open, like easily. Am I wrong?
I would have. No, you are not. I mean, these are some thin margins. Like you said, Nazebo had no business living that long. A lot of the members on the side of Rowboat or Rito, I don't know how they made it out. Mochrie clutched out the sound barrier at the right time. I thought the team fight would have been over immediately after that, but they endure, they survive. Nazebo was hanging out on the fringe for that whole Land of the Slaughter duration and managed not to get taken down. This is some crazy play.
Yeah, this is absolutely bizarre. Hecarim J is just so aggressive. And his team has kept him in this, like the Divine Shield perfectly timing out the Lamb to the Slaughter as well in the exact perfect moment. Oh man, the charge in the back line. There's the Lamb. The boop is not quite enough. They have found the Lucio. Can they get it? Yes, they do. Beautifully done the ice block, trying to keep Nazebo alive, but I'm not sure there's gonna be much they can do there. Gary is doing so much work with the back lines. Well, nicely done. The Abahat is getting so much value. FZIgnition does finally fall, but Hecarim J might pay for this with his life. Can he get to the portal? But with defaults, Domo paying for it.
I mean, I don't know how these teams are getting out of here in the situations that they are. Hecarim J joins the esteemed ranks of, you have no business getting out of that. And he's actually cannonballing back in after the Dwarf Toss. Gets a good amount of damage onto the Winds, turns his attention to Yuuj. WhyHeroThere throws out the clone, which stands to get next to no value. And they might have wished they held on to that one. But at the very least, it got their teammates out of there. But, I just mean, like, Rowboat or Rito finds themselves against the ropes consistently this game.
Yeah, and I love how Hecarim knows exactly how much value he's going to get out of this Butcher's brand as he just proceeds to make Yuuj real sad. Like, he knows, like, I have this much health now, but I can get so much value with this, like, more than Jree's healing in a lot of instances here. And obviously the split push power of Zagara. We haven't even been talking about Frosty because there's so much action, but Frosty is like low-key MVP this, like not even low-key MVP this game. He has been doing so much for his team. Yes, he's not necessarily in the fights, but look at where they are on the map right now. Triple altar spawn, and they're up by 2 forts.
Yeah, I mean, he's enabled his team to be all over the map. 2 keeps claimed. You have sappers walking in, score additional shots. 14 points left only, and sound barrier goes in. The chase for Mochrie gets the sound barrier is interrupted by the charge. Land of the Slaughter says Murden. Not so fast. There's a bit more we want to discuss. 2 takedowns in favor of InVerum's Angels. They are having the run of things right now.
Boss wins game.
Yeah,
I just want to see the boss at end. Yeah, that should be it, except they're deciding not to do that, despite the fact they have 2 opponents down. Playing with their food, I think, a little bit here, just wanting to style. Part of me is like, okay, I get it, but the other point, just go in the game.
Well, I mean, the reason why Rowboat or Rito was able to pull out a 2-0 victory earlier was because they were down quite a bit on Towers of Doom and managed to pull it out. They now have their level 16 talent, so a bit more tricks in the old bag. But they do decide to end this game out. This had to be the call.
Yeah, they're actually letting Hecarim solo it. FZIgnition's going to go look to try and make something happen here. Launches the Gargantuan on the point. FZIgnition's here, but that is going to be it. GG. InVerum's Angels with a convincing victory here with a bizarre and fun draft.
You know, it's bizarre. is not something that you see every day. But when you think about it, the Butcher was just the right call. When you're going up against Lucio, I feel like Butcher fills that niche of a relative hard counter to Lucio. Conceptually, anytime the Butcher charges in on Lucio, the question Lucio has is, do I throw my sound barrier out now, arguably early, and hope my team gets value off of it? Or do I potentially risk it getting interrupted for 9 seconds? Or do I risk not using it at all, and then I get lamb to the slaughter, and I just stand there and I can't move? Like, it just forces the hand of Lucio. And if you have a team that backs that kind of play up and they're equally as aggressive, it makes it hard for Lucio to step into a team fight and try to help his team get the upper hand. So it was just a nice choice.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And we saw that in that last instance. Let's break it. No. Like, just the hard denial. And then you're right. You just lambs him. You fall up. I can't go anywhere. No, I feel like the Butcher counter to the Lucio was very real. And despite the fact that Butcher just was like, I'm going to traverse the map now. He just, it felt aesthetically pleasing to the character. He was terrifying when he was charging in. Like that's how the character's meant to be played, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, and the other part of it is, Butcher's main foil is that he doesn't have any escapes. Like, once he charges in, like, he's in there till the end. You can address that by having one of the best Medivh players in the region on your team. Like, Domavarian backing up that kind of Butcher play, that's tough.
Yeah. And, when you take one of the best Medivh players and you enable one of the most aggressive Bruiser players, good things happen. Braun, what'd you think of that game?
Butcher OP. Nah. I mean, it was just, if you catch somebody off guard and you can continue to snowball, if Butcher is always at objective ahead of time, you're able to just run at their faces. It's the quintessential get there first.
Go face?
90%, like
me go face?
If you get there first, you have a 90% chance of winning most objectives. Like, 90 is not the actual number. It's somewhere closer to something like 60.
Yeah.
But
the professor.
If they don't see you and you see them and you throw spells, they take damage before they can respond. Winning.
Hashtag winning. So, all right, let's get everybody in this game, because this could potentially be the last game of the day, which means we got probably more giveaways. I want to, to our admins, let's get those giveaways rolling. I want to give away as many of these skins as possible, guys. Make sure you're participating in those in chat. And, of course, as the potential be the end, make sure to, get people involved and get in here. Just go spam in the HGC chat. Maybe don't, but maybe do that.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Also, for those not tapped into it, Team Liquid, aka former Misfits, is getting a challenge at a Team Expert, as they're up 2-0 and pretty even at the beginning of a Towers of Doom game.
What, Expert are up 2-0?
What?
Yeah. Or 2-1. 2-1.
2-1? Okay. Even
2-1.
so.
But it's still, the 2-0 to 2-1 means very little in the grand scheme of things. Yes, a more convincing win is more convincing, but it's a best of 5. Very hard to say that you're going to 3-0 an opponent. Now, 3-1, the Team Expert is playing incredibly well. Oh, they've got Vikings, too. Vikings, Zeratul, Arthas, Uther, Cassia. Oh, my.
Ooh.
Okay. I like that.
Up against Varian, Abathur, Illidan, Lunara, Karazim. Getting creative.
I mean, EU gonna EU. And I guess we can't judge them because 40-0.
Oof.
Right in the gut. Every time Kaldar says that, I'm like, you're right, but
yeah.
What's that 40-0?
40-0? Oh, that's the record of NA or of EU versus NA so far this season.
This year?
Yeah, this year. Yeah.
I believe it.
Yeah, we haven't taken a game off EU yet. So
a game, not a set,
a game,
not
a single map.
I mean, anybody who's been around me recently knows why I'm unsurprised. Like, just not surprised at that at all. Like, I hadn't actually looked at it, but it doesn't, you know.
I mean, we are getting better. The problem is, so are they.
It has nothing to do with skill. It has nothing to do with raw mechanics. It has everything to do with drive, work ethic, and infrastructure.
As he takes a sip out of his mason jar. Yes, I think there's a lot of truth in that. There's a whole.
It's not a matter of us being mechanically worse or not. It's look at the 3 teams that are at the top of Europe. You had Misfits, which is now Liquid, but still, you know, a top tier org, Dignitas and Fnatic. None of those organizations are going to let you get away with any crap. And you're going to feel respect for those organizations that they've been around and established for so long. You then look at NA, and we don't have as many of those organizations with top tier infrastructure, long term of winning, you know, experienced support staff, experienced management. Not to hate on NA, but we literally don't have that. And so EU is in a position to be able to practice better, work harder, and be able to take it more seriously because they're being held much more accountable than North American teams.
You heard it here, guys. The professor, classes in session. That's the wrong overlay, guys. We got a draft. But damn, yeah, we could talk about that all
it's
day.
Like none of this is hate on any of these players, but
Yeah.
it's the state.
Subjective observation.
It's why we say Korea is usually better. Korea takes it more seriously. They've got the infrastructure right now. At EU for HOTS, EU is in a much better position.
I would agree 100% here. But taking a look at this draft. First ban Zarya on Braxis, no surprise. Hecarim Jays. Zarya is kind of stupid. Ariel as well, I like this. Lucio first pick, we think?
I don't know. I mean, they kind of got punished for the first pick Lucio last game. I would be surprised if we saw the Butcher come out again. But I think they saw where the Lucio kind of stumbles in a team fight. Like, on a map like Braxis Holdout as well, Dahaka's out there. Ariel got banned, so can't really have that. You have Pichante on your team.
So
Goldan
Goldan's a
does
factor.
well on this map.
Yep. There's a lot of good options. A lot of good options so far. And I like the fact that we've got so many strong, viable heroes. But no, it's the Goldan.
Yeah.
Pichante is putting his foot down. I like it.
I
Let
think
me
we
carry.
see some Zeratul. Zeratul roaming is incredibly good on Braxis.
I would want to take that away from Rowboat or Rito if I'm in InVerum's Angels. I didn't see. Is WhyHeroThere there one of the people in?
WhyHeroThere was on.
This rotating 6-man.
Yeah, not on.
I
not
mean-
on tomorrow. We had Cure play Zeratul earlier. I don't think he's playing in this
Yeah.
game, though. I think he's out. I think Frosty's in. And Shree's in.
Either way, there was some strong Zeratul play on the side of Rowboat or Rito to where Zeratul wouldn't be the worst 1-2 selection. You may want to also get the jump on a support, a Nubrak. I think in the chat, Ishbu said he's not playing this one, but
Oh,
Ishbu definitely showed why a Nubrak is a thing to worry about.
all right. Yeah, Malfurion. Okay. For Jri, that makes sense. I think this is the first.
That's Dre.
Yeah, I think this is the first time he's actually got a chance to play it today. That's pretty funny. He hasn't actually got a chance to play it yet.
Yeah, it was banned against him in those other matches.
Yeah.
Don't mind me. I'm making a house of cards out of skin codes.
Yeah, I've literally got
As-
like a
as you do.
stack. Actually, I've got a stack of them next to my desk. We just keep getting skin codes at events. I'm like, I don't need them. I guess I should give these away to people. I should just give them away on stream.
I gave away 2 before we started the tournament. I was like,
Nice.
come join us. Here are 2 skin codes. That'll be
We'll bribe you
God
with
damn it.
things. God damn it. We're not above bribery.
Did the House of Cards fall on you?
Yeah.
Rag Silver, the 1-2 says Vasilian. Didn't see that. We haven't seen any Ragnaros at all today, have we?
No. We haven't seen
No.
Ragnaros that much at all in a while, though. He's lost a lot of his just pure dueling soul potential, and now that resilience is not OP.
Yeah. Morales and Muradin are going to get picked up, though. That is a strong synergy for Goldan. If he's able to hang back to his own devices and they put up enough of a front line, I don't know if Muradin alone would be able to do it. but Pichante has to feel pretty good about how this is getting set up because he's been really getting the upper hand in these team fights. Like on that Dragonshire game, he had the most hero damage. It's just the rest of his comp didn't have enough follow-up.
Yeah, Pichante just puts in work, and the rest of the team, if they can just allow him to go off, that's the key. But I think the problem is that everyone knows how good he is. So he's got a target on his back. You know what I mean?
Crummy band.
Interesting.
Not unreasonable.
Not unreasonable.
That'd be a good answer back to the Gul'dan Morales to be able to just pop the Morales and work from there.
Yeah, a new Barak Burrow charges in. There's a route to follow up. Drop the Chromie combo, and good night. You're
yeah.
Boop.
I like that a lot because when you're setting up for a poke comp, you don't want to go up against something that can potentially outpoke you because then that effectively stretches the positioning of your team because it's more about like we got to get the Chromie, but we also need to protect Morales and Gul'dan. I get how you wouldn't want to put yourself in that position.
There's the Zeratul. I like it. You guys were calling it earlier. I think it's 100% the correct pick, especially in how this developed coming in here for Rowboat. Muradin's going to try and do his best appeal, but at the same time, he wants to be aggressive. So we need to figure something out here as well. Both lanes, teams as well, need to look towards their solo laners. Sonya's still an option. Wouldn't hate seeing the Sonya here. And Zagara's picked up as well. That's kind of a surprise.
Yeah, I mean, Zagara's definitely seen a resurgence in the meta, and on a map like Braxis Holdout, it's very easy to understand why. Wouldn't be surprised at all to see Nidus Network show up. That's pretty much a consistent Dahaka that does range damage, just showing up all over the map after heroics. Yeah, I get it.
And speaking of Dahaka, wouldn't mind seeing the Dahaka pick up here for Rowboat or Rito. Would really like that, actually. Get that strong solo top laner. Does pretty well. And then something like the Greymane as well to round this out. Give good sustain damage, good burst damage. You've got good initiation. It's kind of where I'm leaning for them.
I would definitely... I think they could do a lot worse than that.
Need something to give you some more impact, though.
Well, they need a solo laner. Dahaka, I feel, is the best one available right now. I don't know about how Dahaka plays into Zagara these days early game. I think it might be tough for him to sustain just from like an essence generation standpoint when Braxis sold out. But wait,
double support. Oh, baby.
Dude, your team is spicy today.
You know what? They told me with the first one, but then once I accepted that this is the kind of day we're gonna have, I was just like, cool. We're just gonna do it. It's fine now. I've come to terms with it. And if they weren't winning, I think I'd be struggling a little more. But the fact that they're winning is, I don't care. Let them do what they want. Yo,
who do you solo lane for Rowboat or Rito? Greymane?
Yes.
Yes.
But against Zeratul?
No, it's against Probius.
Probius.
Well, I mean, it's just against a Zeratul who can show up and burst you.
Oh,
down.
yeah. Wait, Zagara Probius. What is... Wait.
You know, you put Proby in the 4-man and then just siege. Siege.
If you're gonna double support, I feel like you take Lily over Uther and have her solo lane. Because if you put a solo laner that has no self-sustain against a stealth burst hero like Zeratul, you really can't step out at all. And then Zagara and or Probius just walk over your lane. I don't know about this.
I don't know. But I managed to finish the House of Skin Codes. Oh, it just fell. No.
That's what you
fine, Ron. You're casting this game. Get into it, guys. You're going to go cast this. Go. I know, Obs. Have fun. Have fun. Go cast the video game.
I got a picture first. I got a picture before it went down. So I have to.
There we go. On the left side, we're going to have InVerum's Angels. Damavarian is playing Probius. Kira's on Zeratul. Dree at home on Malfurion. Frosty's playing Zagara. And Ekram J knows what's up on a new rack.
10 seconds.
All right, and over on the right side, we've got Rowboat or Rito. Uther going to be played by FZIgnition. Pichante going to be on the Gul'dan. Mochrie on Lieutenant Morales. TheWinds playing Muradin. And WhyHeroThere on Greymane.
They send Uther and Greymane to the top lane. So a 2-3 setup, at least to start for Rowboat or Rito. An interesting response. With all this siege pressure, though, on the side of InVerum's Angels, they're going to have to really make a statement and apply some kill pressure to stave all that off. They could struggle.
Yeah. And I mean, words. InVerum was correct about the Probius, which I just haven't seen that many of the Probius games. I know he's been getting some play here and there, and teams have been picking him up on some of these push competitions. Here comes Cure. Maybe he finds Pichante.
He goes in, double root. Pichante out on an island, trying to get back home. Damavarian continuing to apply pressure and is able to get enough to get the first takedown on Golden. Gotta watch that positioning.
All right, so off to a good start. That is the power of that roaming Zeratul. It forced Uther to be top because they're scared that Cure's going to be around. But now that they've seen Cure bottom, I'm surprised that FZIgnition isn't helping push the wave, or at least positioning a little bit more aggressively. Now he's here, and so is Cure.
Yeah, I just feel like outside of getting some kind of takedown and capitalizing on a mistake, it's going to be really hard. And look at this, FZIgnition almost gets taken down. The poison damage almost was enough. If that Q from Cure landed, that would have been a takedown for real. And yeah, like, this is a situation where Rowboat or Rito stand and just lose on both fronts.
You know, Frosty is playing with danger. Like, how's not regened up? It's just praying that Cure is going to get the job done.
Just is able to get out of there. Cure almost plays a little too fast and loose. They need takedowns, Rowboat or Rito, if they want to try to have any sort of say in the early game. WhyHeroThere clears out some of the creep. Could have spotted Frosty there, possibly. Damavarian gets poked down. Pichante draws some health back. TheWinds out front, trying to hold on to this bottom beacon, but once Cure shows up, we might see some more takedowns.
Oh, and Morales a little bit out of position. Pichante needs to be careful. I mean, you can only run a medic's mana bar down so far.
Yeah, I agree. You gotta watch. That's the most valuable resource of this entire game for both teams, because once you see Morales low on mana and you're on the other side, it's like, all right, now we can be aggressive. But if you have Morales on your team, you see your mana bar go down, you know you have to start backing away. So Mochrie's management of his resources is going to be particularly important. The stun goes in, Frosty on the chase. Can they get the takedown? He has to worry about Gildan and Cocktail, and all that does is stick him out past the towers long enough to get taken down.
Ooh, are they going to be able to stop Cure from stealthing? They have. Can they finish him? They've got the stun, a little bit more damage. WhyHeroThere goes in, needs the extra auto. Take the shots with the tower.
Lag F. Cure debates out Greymane, gets another takedown. Greymane was one auto attack away from getting his Zeratul, but it put him in position to eat all those tower shots. LOL.
Yeah, and that play, that bait by Cure with the winning of the bottom lane for the side of InVerum Angels means that things are not looking good for Rowboat or Rito. They're going to lose probably most, if not all, of the Zerg wave because it's just really hard to step in to all of this Probius control, and Uther got taken down too.
Uther pulls his best Casper impersonation. Once FZIgnition was found out that far away from home against Zeratul and Zagara, I didn't see an instance where he made it back home, and he did. Conte's going to be the next target as the 100% beacon gets completed by InVerum's Angels. And this 2-3 split, there's been some signs of life from Rowboat or Rito, but they overstay in the top lane, and it's really hurting them now.
Yeah, and it's part of playing that roam is you have to be willing to roam across from the Zeratul and be a little bit behind the play. Otherwise, you can't win the bottom. You can never win the 4-man up against this much push. And granted, it's double support and it's Uther. Sure, Uther can get some value. Maybe they'll get some power under this tower. If they can keep Pichante alive, he goes down.
Yeah, having Golden that far forward definitely puts a target on his back, and InVerum's Angels identify that. Nets the 4th takedown for them. Mochrie, next target. See the Zeratul out front trying to put more damage and should be able to take down Morales. He does, and he's wily enough to be able to get out of there. So far, InVerum's Angels are running away with this game.
Yeah, and it's also Brax's holdout, so I mean, quick advantages. Early pushing, you can get a lot of easy experience, and TheWinds is in trouble. He can't jump away. Now that goes down, and they still have some of the Zerg wave. I don't really think they'll keep pushing this, but maybe they could.
That would be definitely a sign of confidence and perhaps overextension if they decide to do that. Instead, they're just going to hearth back, let the Zerg rush get taken down, and then they're going to start applying pressure via macro. I mean, they have tons of siege pressure. They can get the camps relatively easily. You have Zagara and Probius on your team, so anytime you feel like walking to the other side of the map and looking for structures, you should do it handily. I like that decision to back away.
So, with what they've built, oh my god, all this photon cannon build. I don't really know that much about the Probius build. I haven't spent that much time around it. I like gathering minerals at level 1, but the rest of it, I mean, full photon cannon, photon barrier. I know you're supposed to take that. I guess tower defense is also good. I'm very new to the Pro Breeze just because we haven't seen many of the pro teams play him, and I haven't been watching any scrims where people have been trying to play him that much.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely something of a question mark. Hecarim J, the cleanse goes in, and actually Hecarim J turns back in with no health. Buys time to potentially get some takedowns. Mochrie's going to go down. Cure is all over that. FZIgnition still there for support before he blows up. He'll have some added sustain. Is Cure going to get taken down? Dree is able to get a Q in. WhyHeroThere, though, ultimately chases down Zeratul. Makes this a 2-3 trade in favor of Rowboat or Rito. This is how they get back in the game.
So still good early, still good pressure though. So even though they kind of went a little too overcommit on that, Zagara got a lot of the top wave. She's got a mercenary camp pushing with her. She's going to be able to take this fort. Well, okay, there is a quick enough response. I figured she might still be able to take it, or at least still continue to get a good amount of damage onto it before anybody really shows up to stop her. And that's going to be easy 10 for them. Maddie's network has been completed, so the Zagara just got more scary, and you've already lost one fort, so she's going to be able to continuously push in on this bottom keep wall whenever anybody over-rotates towards top.
One thing, all right, so Heroics are picked up here that will inspire some aggressive play from InVerum's Angels. They isolate FZIgnition. Twilight Dream goes out on 2 members of Rowboat or Rito. Kira continuing to chase, but I do think Uther will be able to get out of here. This top port's going to go down known. Without this structural support, we see the Cocoon go in as well. I think that's just more of a defensive gesture, but they're able to get out of it.
Yeah, no, that was so that they could do it safely and be able to get this top one. They'll be able to get the bottom beacon as well, which will give them some channel. You've got Cure still on the top half of the map along with Dree, waiting to see who decides to rotate. And they've just got so much creep that they'll see anybody making plays. And Pichante in the bottom, he fears, but the fear body blocks him.
The Horrify actually doesn't end up paying off for him. He tried to use that to get back behind the towers, but the rotation from Cure's gonna have a thing or two to say about that. We do see another takedown. It seems like Goldan's been getting caught forward often enough. It's just been really hard for anyone on the side of Rowboat or Rito to position against this amount of siege pressure. They're struggling for answers, and they have yet to find any.
Yeah, and now this Zerg wave is going to start to build. No one's going to be in position to stop them. Even if they wanted to go for bottom, they have to go through Hecarim J and Dree, and that's just not going to happen. You've also got, a Proteus Dome variant sneaking up behind you. That's going to be a full Zerg wave coming into the top. They've got some pressure down here in the bottom. If it ever looks dicey, Zagara can just Nidus network her way down. I don't know how Rowboat or Rito is going to be able to recover from this, and this could be the end of the series.
It's going to come down to their ability to capitalize on any mistakes that InVerum's Angels put forward. And InVerum's Angels aren't exactly a team that makes many mistakes. So, yeah, it's going to be really tough for them to try to make something happen. They're on even tiers for the moment. They are looking down another really big Zerg wave. They do have Goldan, so there's plenty of wave clear. TheWinds is able to dwarf toss over the wall. And hang on, was that freaking
That's a playmaker?
Oh my word.
He's looking for that Zagara in the back lane. He's looking for that Proteus. Maybe they can continue to clear this safely. They find that fight where that's possible. Sure. So low.
Dree is able to patch him up for the moment.
They're thinking about this.
The flank Uther is something you see every day. The Void Prison goes down, leaving the Winds and FZIgnition out there. Zeratul gets taken down with the Divine Storm, the Horrify afterwards, but the Twilight Dream is devastating the Rowboat or Rito. 2 heroes down for only Zeratul so far. This top keeps in jeopardy, and they might even look for a little bit more.
It looked really good for a minute, but then the Photon Overcharge came out, and that actually outputted a lot more damage than I think they were ready for. And F said he's going to get caught. I don't think he makes it out of this. No, it's Hecarim and Mochrie, the duo of devastation this match, and making it very difficult. That's been a lot of really good CC chain coming out from the two of them.
Yeah, Nubarek's been getting all kinds of value for this team all series across a number of players. Beckham J is going to burrow out of there. Pichante will help clear up the miss. The Winds is on the chase, though. Without their level 13 balance, they're starting to feel a bit of desperation. They know they might be able to get some kind of takedowns here as long as Zeratul and Zagara are going. You see the Dwarf Toss. Haymaker isolates Hecarim J. He's going to try to mount up. Even if he does burrow, though, he's still going to be within striking distance because of the Playmaker.
Keeping him alive. He just won't go down. Dampen Magic is saving him up until that point.
Yeah, the Ragdoll's pretty hilarious. Cure shows up, grand opening, grand closing. Cure evaporates in the blink of an eye. He gets caught out.
Meanwhile, in bottom lane, Frosty gets a push onto the wall and takes down pretty much all of it with some fire bats for help. It's still there to soak. So the minions are still being buffed, so they should know that Zagara is here.
And I mean, alone as Uther, there isn't too much that FZIgnition is going to be able to do one way or the other. So that's just free value for Frosty. They get a couple of takedowns in the top lane, but this constant siege pressure from InVerum's Angels makes sure everything Rowboat or Rito does comes at a price.
Yeah, but like he still could have gotten space. he could have done it.
He could have.
Well, but you know he's there. You know he's there. It's like, wait, Zagara's on the left. Guys, rotate. Like, you could have brought in enough people and maybe caught him.
Potentially, and I mean, they're in a situation where they can't really afford to play it too passively. They don't have a keep in the top lane. They haven't really been able to venture to the left side of the map at all. They finally do so and go to this bottom fort wall. And this is well timed. The Void Prison goes in. FZIgnition may want to join the bubble. He decides not to. Throws out the Divine Storm. Twilight Dream gets actually interrupted. Matter of fact, gets called out. The Buick is going to send Morales out of there. Mochrie's like, well, vaya con Dios, boys. I need to get out of here. FZIgnition left out on the island as a consequence. He'll be turning into a ghost shortly. WhyHeroThere potentially caught forward. The root goes in. Been on point all game. WhyHeroThere uses Frost to force some disengage. Pichante is the next target. This has been tough, man.
Yeah, this looks like it might be the beginning of the end, because they're going to be able to get another Zerg wave. It's going to push in through bottom. There's not a lot that Rowboat or Rito can do to stop that, since they still need to clear out these double catapults, plus all these minions up here in the top. They're going to get minions pushing in bottom. With this extra mercenary camp, they've been pushed up completely the entire game. And, I mean, them Braxa strats.
I mean, it's pretty next level, all considered. Both beacons again picked up by InVerum's Angels, and without their level 16 advantage or any real foothold in the game at all so far. Mochrie caught in an interesting spot at half health. Cure might want to try to get involved in that. FZIgnition out forward on Uther, eats a boatload of damage and gets detonated. WhyHeroThere almost able to take down Damo Variant, but potential Jabate action.
Get him!
Looped around the corner.
Domo.
Not gonna be able to get the takedown. Damavarian finds his B key. Nicely done there. Wentz gonna dwarf toss over. And with those two heroes taken down, Source, I think this could be it.
Yeah, I mean, Proteus super tanky apparently. Could not be killed.
Too tanky, says FZIgnition. Cure leading the charge. Another Void Prison goes down on two members. Horrified, Pichante trying to help his teammates get out of there. We see another Buick drop down. Cure's gonna make sure that goes away. The Winds gets Stormbolt in on a Nubrak and a Haymaker into the wall, not too far of a distance. Stun afterwards. A Nubrak says goodbye to Murden, and Divine Storms gets thrown down, but that shouldn't do it.
Yeah, they tried. They gave it the old college try, and yeah, that'll end up being game, and GG.
Sharp play all around, but I just feel like Rowboat or Rito were not gonna be able to overcome the drawbacks to their composition. I mean, oh, it's getting pretty dark over here, so I look super dark. You know, it's kind of but what they just kind of lost that game in the draft, in my opinion. Like, you had to send Greymane up to the top to join. You had to send Uther to the top to join Greymane just to not lose that lane. But you're committing 2 bodies to maintain a lane against a single hero. So, and you're going up against a stealth like Zeratul, who's being played by Cure, so it's just like, you just inherently are putting your back to the wall.
Yeah.
So it was just like, once someone gets picked somewhere, which is bound to happen, you just don't respond.
It was interesting. It was, I think, just a demonstration of a bunch of individually skilled people doing their thing. The draft, I think, yeah, you're right, definitely caused some issues in that last game. I think they had the better draft still in that first game. I think at the end of the day, it just came down to, obviously, all these guys are playing together in this sort of environment for the first time. It was what team could pick up on the other one's natural synergies faster. And I just feel like these guys just said, let's all just play our game. And that game happened to be pretty cohesive, just naturally. I think definitely a bit of luck on the draw on that one. But overall, though, with a convincing 3-0 victory. That's the series.
That's all she wrote.
That's the series, yeah. I mean, another cool thing about this series in particular is like, all right, some of those picks might have been arguably troll, but as static as people say the meta is right now, I think we saw some things that were actually legitimate. Like, I would not expect Zagara and Probius to do that well together on Brax's Holdout. I didn't think the Butcher would be able to work to that great effect. It's just like there are things and synergies out there that I feel are pretty much unearthed. And it's more relaxed exhibition styles of play, which I think really open the door for that kind of experimentation to find the next direction in the meta.
Yeah, I would agree. And I just got a message from our admins. There's been a decision made. Hopefully this doesn't crash everything. And we needed an MVP slot. So someone has been nominated for that MVP slot. Any guesses as to who that might be? Just for you guys.
If it's not Cure, I'll be confused.
It's not Cure.
I was gonna say Domavarian.
You, sir, would be correct. Domavarian rocking home that MVP slot. As much as damage as Cure did, I feel like Domo in his versatility, for like the Probius, like the variety of stuff that he played, I think was the difference maker there. But yeah. I think you could justifiably have given it to any member of that team.
Yeah, I mean it's not by any sort of wide margin, but
no.
As far as instances where it's like, wow, like that had to be played a very specific way to work. Like for me, it was the Dragonshire game for Greymane. Again, finding those kills through 2 instantaneous forms of response to damage. He just understands cooldowns within chaos, and that was just really impressive to see.
I can respect that.
Cooldowns within chaos. Oh, the wordsmith Halorin. I like it. I like it.
I mean, he had to find those right moments to get around Force of Will and Crystal Ages, and he just did a lot. So,
no, I agree 100%. So, we're going to go over, and we're going to show something fun real quick, if this is going to work.
Is this it?
I think this is it. I think this is it. So let's see if this. If you guys haven't seen this yet, enjoy. Let's hope this works. Okay. All right. It's not working. Okay. Rip. Hold on real quick. We're going to try this again. Talk for a second.
I don't know what we're looking at. So
the video that was
all right. I got it.
The dorm intro.
The dorm intro. Okay, here we go, guys. You guys haven't seen this?
Alternate dorm intro.
All right.
Right.
Enjoy, guys. This is for those of you who haven't seen this yet.
Herb. Live from Los Angeles, California, the round of 32 continues as teams from around the country battle it out for a chance to become heroes of the dorm. Wow. These games have been fantastic. Wow. My God. Wow. It's getting low. I don't think they're going to save it in time. Wow. Tink. Pew, 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 pew. I think this is it. Oh my God, yeah. I'm just kidding. I have no idea what's happening right now. I don't even really go to school. Tink, tink. These are your heroes of the door.
Okay, that was amazing. All right, you're gonna watch that back on stream later and be like, ah. So some of our producers had a good time with that, and that's why that exists.
It was just too good. Like trying to hold a straight face while we're doing rehearsals, and that shows up is just like, really? It's too good.
Oh man, it was too good. All right, so I think that's basically gonna be it. I think that's it for us. Do you guys have any last shout outs or anything before we head out?
I would give a shout out to the players that not only were selected in draft to play today, but those who signed up to potentially be drafted. I think that really speaks to the level of enthusiasm that this community has for something like Heroes of the Dorm, and I hope it's something that a tradition that carries forward. I'd love to see more stuff like this, like these show matches. I think they're really cool. And a shout out to Tespa for wanting to organize this. Patrick, hilarious. Thanks for reaching out to us to make this happen, and thanks to those who came out to check it out. I had a lot of fun today.
As did I. Braun, you're muted.
GG.
GG.
I am muted. GG. GG. GG.
GG.
Yeah, fun, good day, fun games. It's been this was a good way to spend a weekend.
I would agree. I got this today.
Well,
Going to see
Saturday.
Guardians of the Galaxy tomorrow. It doesn't get any better than that. So,
Good day.
all right. So if you guys haven't followed my co-casters here on the Twitterverse, go check that out. Halorin streams a whole bunch as well, and Source, I know you're streaming more, so go hit them up on the respective Twitches as well. And of course, if you guys like the stuff, hit the follow button down below. And of course, big shout-outs, as you said, over to our friends over at Tespa. And 166 players sign up for this. Like, that's crazy. Like, that is 166 people were like, let's spend a Saturday afternoon just dicking around in HOTS. Sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
So thanks to everyone who came out here and showed up and watching. So it means a lot. So yeah, I think that's going to be it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. It's been a blast. And until next storms? Question mark. Cheers.
I mean, we'll have other stuff to cast.
Yeah, that's true.
In the meantime.
That's true. Yeah. We'll see you in a year. No, that's
Oh,
well, yeah,
go play in
see-
Heroes Hype.
We'll see you in like a week.
Yeah, in like a week. Open Heroes Hype, all that good stuff. All right, that's it. Good night. Bye.